Well, I want to say this. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Spectacular. And we are a podcast that talks about movies and shit, mostly shit. And I am one of the hosts, Brandon Aquino, and I am joined by my best friend, Mike Vera.
Hey.
And we are still doing the ABCs of Spectacular.
I was trying to look up Office Space, but I typed in The Office. Now I feel foolish.
You should. And we're still doing the ABCs of Spectacular. So today we are doing, as Mike just said, Office Space and Pulp Fiction. But we are joined today by a Spectacular all-star who's been on the episodes the most out of all guests, which really has only been two. But we're joined by
the Lord. He's always with us.
Our Lord and Savior Satan is always with us. But we're joined by Megan.
Hello.
I didn't want to say your last name because I don't know if you were okay with that. So
I know you said. I don't know if you guys caught it, but you said your last name.
We agreed.
Okay.
We agreed to start saying our last name
see.
because I don't fucking care anymore.
Finally
like
decided.
we've mentioned Mambies many a times and other things. So like if someone just looks that up, they can just know.
Well, and also I don't have much of an online presence.
Yeah.
Other than those tasteful nudes that are going bantied about.
But then there's also the Predator websites where you have to be. You can't be within 300 yards.
But those ones I have the black bars across my eyes.
Okay.
It's redacted.
So I'm pretty
But your voice is the same.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't help that in the clip I'm singing Maria.
The clip they have of you on that.
This could be anybody.
You're singing show tunes.
Like you're just giving them.
Sound I ever heard. I don't know. Come on.
You're giving them the whole range of voices. Like it could be all of them.
It could be anybody. I don't know what Mike Vera that would be. That's ridiculous.
But yeah, and then also like all the shows that I listen to, everyone says their last names.
Yeah.
Plus like, if you fucking put your Facebook or your Instagram on anything, like everyone knows.
Right.
Everyone knows everything. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Everyone take off their pants.
But again, okay. I mean, I'm down, but
You said that so smoothly, and I was like,
Yeah.
wow.
I mean,
Brandon was almost gonna.
I try to sneak it in.
who says
Yeah.
I'm not? Who said, well, that's what she said.
She tried to sneak it in.
Just sneak it in, yeah.
All right.
It's a stealth attack. So again, I didn't want to say your last name not knowing, so whatever. But yeah. So Mike, how are you?
Megan Bambawiowe. I don't actually know Megan's last. Oh yeah, dude. I know it.
It is one. Okay,
It's the dumbest.
Is your
name.
middle name Elizabeth?
Huh?
Is your middle name Elizabeth?
It's my middle name.
It is your middle name.
Yeah.
I knew. Are you being fucking with me? Because I was
No,
thinking
I'm
in my
serious.
head.
Like
Okay.
you put my initials together. It's
Okay. Yeah. I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. That's frightening. I like your parents for doing that. I don't know if they planned it that
I
way.
bet they're like,
Oh, I do like the
Hey,
if you like say something like Megan Elizabeth, like yelling at you that way. I dig it.
Yeah. Anyhow, so Mike, how are you?
Pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty good.
you're 42 now.
Yep.
Tender age or 42?
Where are you? I was just throwing a number.
38.
Okay.
You're older than me.
Yes.
Not wiser in the slightest.
No.
I'm very less wise.
I feel like I'm getting dumber by the minute, actually.
I would agree with that.
You know the three wise men? Mm-hmm. That's not you guys.
That's fine. Who's the third person? Yeah, because there's only two of us, really. If you put it
Me.
together.
So
Oh, okay.
also including myself.
Well, we're like two
I'm
balls.
not a wise nor man. So
We're like two balls in the same sack.
Oh.
And then you're just the large.
the taint.
Yeah.
The taint, the large clitoris.
Just walking
Oh,
around.
I didn't know men had a large clitoris.
Some do.
Well,
Walking around
all
fucking
right.
pockets full of frankincense.
That's a
Franken what?
the frankincense sense.
Oh, okay.
That's a
Wise
franken.
I thought you were trying to say Frankincense at first. I was like, the warehouse? remember the big
Yeah,
ass warehouse?
frankincense sells frankincense.
Yeah, frankincense or frankincense. So, Mike, you're doing well. Megan, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. Glad you could be here. Are you?
How was your Christmas? I don't know how long it's been since you've been on the episode.
She was on when we did Boogie Nights.
That was
That
this
was
year.
the very beginning of the ABCs. That's when we're doing a single episode.
When
at that
did we
time,
start?
Had to be this year,
season.
right?
Well, we're on episode 10 now. Like this is
Beginning
10.
of this year,
I got
like
it.
January.
So 5 months ago, January?
Something like that. Yeah, sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is going to be a slightly longer season.
So it is a good question. No,
But still not Christmas.
No.
How was your Martin Luther King Jr. weekend?
Hey, how was your armistice?
Well, my
day?
Arbor Day. I'm glad you asked. I didn't plan anything.
Okay. Well, jeez.
Your birthday passed though, right?
October.
Okay, so yeah, it passed. It did pass.
I did finish my best friend's wedding shower, which was really stressful.
Is that the
And-
sequel
I
to
bet.
My Best Friend's Wedding?
My best friend. No, that's just my best friend's girlfriend.
Was that
Best
Julia
friend.
Roberts?
Huh?
That's Julia Roberts, right?
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
Okay. She was trying to. She liked the guy, is what it was, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're
Sorry.
thinking of My Best Friend's Girl with Dane Cook and...
No, I'm thinking of my best friend's wedding.
Oh, my bad.
How dare you,
Oh,
Megan?
shit.
What, you're
I'm so
questioning
sorry.
Mike on a
I'm
movie?
so sorry.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
I
Never been so
apologize
offended.
for the record.
Thanks.
Except for when that guy called me a beaner from.
Oh, that was
Driving
so long
40
ago.
miles an
Yeah,
hour.
yeah. Driving through that parking lot. That fucking
So was
piece
it
of
like...
shit.
Yeah.
No, he was. Well,
He's
like,
going a little slower than that.
he slowed down and said it, but then he
You
still
fucking beaner.
he still immediately
Parking lot speed limit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still,
So
yeah.
5
He
miles
immediately
an
drove
hour.
away like a coward would, and
And then you ran through a speed bump, and then he's like,
Yeah.
"Don't."
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
This kid went flying out the window.
A Mercedes, I think he was
I
driving.
think it was a Porsche Cheyenne.
So the SUV, like
Yeah, the little
yeah,
Cheyenne
yeah.
SUV, yeah.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Was that the first time you ever been racially
Assaulted?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I only had that one time where the lady said learn how to drive. She didn't specifically say anything about my race, but like she's kind of, I guess it could be insinuating. But then, oh no, she said she did
He
say
did
go
barrel
back.
through like 3 red lights.
Right.
So
she did
had a
say go
point.
back to your country though. So I don't think, again, I don't know if she knew. Was she thinking that I was
I don't even know what you look like.
a little androgynous? Nah, I'm just kidding. I hope not I'm androgynous, but
Ethnically
yeah,
androgynous.
Well, because like even so, the other day we're doing interviews at my work, and the lady, one of the interviewees was like, "Are you Mexican?" I was like, "No," and she's like, "That's too bad." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And
She's
then
like telling everyone how to fill out the forms. Like, just put Caucasian, black.
So
points
which
to you,
part of
other.
South America are you?
well, then she went on a little thing about like she's hoping that our company was very conservative. And she's like, I just want to work in a place where my conservative beliefs are, and I was like,
Who is
"Ooh."
this?
It was just someone I was interviewing. And,
Who says that?
and so again, immediately I was like, "Ooh, this isn't good." And
See, those aren't the questions you ask the interviewer if you have any questions about us.
Right.
Like, well, do you guys practice conservatism?
right. And so I was just like, "Hey, look at
Even
your
if they
political
were.
belief. It doesn't matter. Like as long as you're here doing the work, like I don't care what your political stance is." And she's like, "Yeah, but I just really want to make sure. I've heard a lot of HVAC companies are conservative." I was like, "I don't know about that. I don't know what you're looking at."
She's kind of
but
right, isn't she?
I'm sure she is. Yeah, from where I've worked,
Even
yes.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but
That's
like,
weird.
that's the thing. None of that matters. Like, I care, but I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Right.
like you can have your opinion on that stuff, and that sucks. But like, whatever. Anyway, so she didn't get the job, and it wasn't because that. Like, there's other things about it, but that was a contributing factor for sure. Anyhow, so we're all here to discuss Office Space and Pulp Fiction, and these are two movies that we've all already seen before.
Yes.
And very well liked in their own right. But Pulp Fiction, when that came out, great. When Office Space came out, didn't do so well. Definitely picked up with DVD sales and slow word of mouth. While Pulp Fiction has always been like a cult hit. People have loved it. So, starting with Office Space, Megan, you have seen that movie. You haven't watched it recently. You didn't watch it last night.
Why you had to bring that up, bro?
I'm just trying to
Why
put it
you
on blast. Yeah. So, thinking of Office Space, Mike, why don't you? Actually, I was going to start with you, Megan, but Mike didn't tell us who's in it and the.
Oh yeah,
the-
have him do his whole
Yeah, his
shtick.
spiel. Yeah.
Can I do my spiel? Is it a shtick now?
I was going to say, is it a
Spiel,
shtick or I think it's a spiel.
Spiel.
Do my whole get up and dance. For
Thanks.
Office Space from 1999. Three company workers who hate their jobs decide to rebel against their greedy boss. I remember this because it was a terrible synopsis. Means nothing. Has nothing to do with the movie. I don't know why they use it. No why this movie failed at the box office. Starring Ron Livingston as Peter, Jennifer Aniston as Joanna, David Herman as Michael Bolton, Ajay Naidu as Samir, which is funny because I keep messing up his name.
Yeah.
when they do
And
it
that's in the movie. Yeah.
Well, so
That
this is the thing. This is our second time recording this episode,
Naidu. I think it's Naidu.
and you fucked it up the first time. Again, I wouldn't be able.
I
to do it
remembered
right
when I was going down the list. I was like, "Oh yeah, I fucked this up," and I just did
And
it
you
again.
did it again.
because I'm terrible. Dietrich Bader as Lawrence, Stephen Root as Milton, Gary Cole as Bill Lumberg.
So we recorded this episode already, and we wanted to include Luis in it because it was his recommendation for Pulp Fiction, but unfortunately he wasn't able to do it.
Oh.
But thankfully at that time we had still messaged the other chat about if anybody from like Mambies wanted to do it as well, and you said yes, so we kept it. If you didn't say yes, we would have just kept the original we did. But I think having you
It
in
was
this
gold. And
It
you're
was.
never gonna hear it.
no, but I think having you in a lot of our episodes, Megan, it definitely brings a
Feminine.
No, I wouldn't say that.
No, okay, yeah,
Okay,
'cause
I
I'm
wouldn't
Heard
say
any of
from
these
it.
episodes?
but like I would say you
Do I need to sing Maria again?
yeah. You definitely give your own spin on it, which is helpful because instead of just me and Mike being adorable best friends bantering with one another, we have someone in here that's going to be a stick in the mud. So I think that definitely adds a lot of
You know
fun
me,
to it.
I love sticks.
Yeah. But I don't know why we're laughing at that. What is she like sticks? And that noise is Megan's drink. If I was curious, that's ice. So anyway.
This is also an ASMR episode.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay, do it again, Megan. Let's hear your drink. This is Megan. Everybody, this is Megan drinking her Starbucks drink.
That's me drinking it, by the way. It's just shaking.
I'm already engorged.
What are you guys' thoughts on the? Ooh, okay. On the not straws, the sippy cup lids.
I'm fine with it. I don't give a fuck.
I remember when I went to a show at the Pantages Theater.
Weird flex.
So it's old and fancy, and it's in Hollywood.
Name drop.
Yeah. Humble brag.
Yeah, but they had like the nice
The
screw top ones, but a long time ago, before they like the straw band and stuff like that. I'm like,
Before
these
they
are nice.
realized that straws
So
so
they're
they're
just-
turtles.
Yeah, it's just big straw losing money is what it
Yeah.
is. Yeah,
Yeah.
because the Pantages. Those assholes. You know, the Pantages was the last one before it would have cut, and now everybody passed that law. No plastic straws. Thanks a lot, Pantages. So, Megan, we'll start with you
Pantages, and I said nothing.
since you're the guest.
Yes.
Do you like Office Space?
Yeah, I love it.
Why?
I think it's a movie I've learned to love even more each time I watch it as I was growing up. So, high school, didn't really understand the culture.
The entry level positions that people
Yeah,
have?
you know, and just thinking like, I don't really get that. But, you know, Jennifer Aniston is in it, and it's pretty funny so far with Milton. Like, Milton's like kind of like the cartoonish looking character.
Well, he was Mike Judge's original cartoon for, was it SNL that he put those on there? Or he put it on
Or
something?
Matt TV.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe
think
Matt
it was
TV.
this-
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it was just the Milton character, and then he just made it off of that, which is the same bumble. I don't know if he was the same voice. I don't think he still used Stephen Root. But either way, sorry, continue.
And then when I got my first part-time job, so I was like more like customer service, kind of related more with Jennifer Aniston and her waitress job. Like I never did like restaurant jobs or anything like that, but just like
Are you trying to say
putting
you're
up
better
a
than me?
face.
Is that what you're trying to say?
That's
Because I worked in
that's
hospitality.
that's
Sorry,
exactly
Can I
what I'm
interrupt
saying.
you for a gross point real quick?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have an anecdote that we can hear?
Wait, you just said that right now?
What?
Like 70% of me thought you were gonna say, when I got my first period. I was like, wait, why did you bring that up?
When I became a woman,
That's part of the It
made
wasn't
me think of
then.
Office-
Where's she going
I
with
thought of
It
Office
wasn't
Space.
then when the Fire Nation attacked from my vagina
When
and
this- when
blood
this-
came rushing like the Red
surging
Sea.
pain surged through my vagina.
To which Moses, the tampon, had to block it. That's
And-
when I
When the Lord
Realized.
Jesus himself punched me in the uterus.
Yeah.
And
I
And
said,
when
you
I-
have to live with that for 40 years.
When I bled into my pants and it looked like a crime scene. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
When I remembered Office Space and Jennifer Aniston.
When I used a whole roll of toilet paper.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, you asked. So
You started it, you fuckface.
It made me giggle to myself. I figured I'd bring it up to you guys.
Thanks.
So yeah, so with the customer service job, kind of understood more from Jennifer's side, and then fast forward into getting like a more office job. Now I'm getting more of like the antics and the monotony, and just like I want to shoot myself. I don't want to shoot myself.
I get it.
Just that boredom and just repetition and all of that. So it was like I got. I got, but what's that term? It's like
Epiphany?
no, it's fucking.
You'll get it.
Yeah.
When we're done
I'll
recording.
come back to it.
Yeah,
After I'm done recording, I'm like, oh shoot, that was the idiom. No, but it got better as I got older.
Mike, you've never had an office job, right? Besides
No,
Blockbuster?
I have
Sort
not.
of? Blockbuster a
Oh,
little
so
bit?
you're better than us.
Yeah.
You think you're better than me?
Well, it's funny because it seems like the movie itself has like a real like pretty robust stance on like manual labor versus blue collar versus white collar.
The freedom that you have
Yeah, the
as a
freedom
blue
and stuff like
collar?
that. Which I don't know. It's not exactly the same because everything has like its pros and cons.
Right.
Like my crippling arthritis that's building in my hands from wrenching all day. Like that's slightly a con.
That sounds like a you problem.
Well, I'm sure
As
all,
opposed to getting sleepy.
I'm
at
sure
work.
all that
Yeah.
masturbation doesn't help either.
Well, you got to work it out somehow.
Yeah, you got to rub in the semen into your hands after.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my lord.
The elixir of youth.
Yeah. Then you rub it on your face.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we tell women. That's why it's good for your face, babe. It's good for your skin. Um,
So you tried it, and you're telling me to try it?
look, just because I lay down on my back and I try to bring my body over like a scorpion so I can
Yeah.
finish on my own face. Look, why are you judging me, Megan? Like it's just how it happens. So
I didn't think I would be kink shamed on here, but
Yeah, Megan,
glad
thanks.
you're here, Megan.
Oh, I
Appreciate
thought
it.
that's why you took me on here is
Yeah.
to kink shame you guys.
Oh.
just
Okay.
shame us in general.
Yeah.
Well, my kink
shame.
shame is to be kink shamed.
He's climaxed already.
Wait, you mean your kink would be to be kink shamed?
Here
not
it
your
is.
Kink
She's,
shame.
she's fucking digging in already.
Well,
Shaming your
actually-
kink shame, your kink
Jesus.
shame. Yeah, that's 3 levels of kink shaming right there. That's maybe one
got
too many.
Kink-cepted.
Kinkception?
Kink shame.
Kink-shaption?
No, kink-cepted.
Shaw-
Kink-cepted.
Whatever it is, I'm about it.
Shame redemption?
Wait, what is it called? The kick?
The Sparta kick?
No, in Inception, where they try to wake him up.
Oh, it's
Oh, the
the
fucking-
when he loses the balance, like the equilibrium one. I don't know what they called it. It was like the jump. I think is what that's what you push him.
I think it's the kick.
The fall?
Okay. Well, the kick could
I've-
be anything
I've
though.
ground this
The kick
episode
could
to
be
a
the
halt.
music. The kick could be
Yeah. I'm
water.
just saying
Okay.
that. I was trying to make a joke.
Now I just want to watch
Okay,
Inception.
spoiler.
You know?
But yeah, so speaking of Office Space,
Yeah.
no, I like it.
Good.
To answer your question,
Thanks.
yes.
Going back to it. Thanks.
It was a very long-winded answer.
Took you long enough, but
Yeah.
yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Mike, did you like Office Space?
I do. I had a point. Now I forgot it.
Thanks, Megan.
But
I see what you did there.
I also greatly enjoyed Office Space. It's a movie that, like kind of Megan said, as I've got older and watching there's a better appreciation for the hatred. Not hatred. I'm sorry, because I've always been in an office position where I'm sitting at a desk. Surprisingly, I don't have carpal tunnel yet from all the typing that I've done. But every now and then I do get it. I feel like at the base of my hand, like at the wrist, there's a little bit of warmth. Every now if I'm typing for too long, but then my fingers, my everything else feels fine. My extremities feel fine, but it's just the wrist area. And I have a wrist rester.
Is your blood pressure okay?
do
No.
you use that weird keyboard that's like
Oh, yeah,
No,
the ergonomic
yeah.
keyboard.
So my keyboard
kinda.
is definitely not ergonomic, but it's
oh, yours is like clicky and old timey.
it's very tactile. It's
Is
not
this it?
old timey. No. That's not that.
Oh.
So it's the one that I have at work is.
Gary's like with the next cubicle over. Hey, shut the fuck up in
I
there!
didn't know- I got my own office, son. Shit.
Wow.
Get outta
When
here
did that
with
Look at
happen?
you.
Marketing director. No, when I went to this company.
Is there a window?
All right.
I mean, outside of my office, there is.
Like
Yeah.
a glass pane.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
So you're like in a fish tank.
No, so I'm not. There's no glass in my office.
No, it's
There's
just that painting with like that one boat in the water. He just stares at it.
I thought about.
It's a painting of a window.
Yeah, the painting on the window.
Yeah.
But there's fluorescent lighting.
Of course.
Yeah.
Sometimes those lights though, like I can hear that hum, and I hate it. And so I was like, hey, we got to replace that chalet or whatever the fuck it's called, like the thing in there, because we already replaced the bulbs, and it's not that. So I think it's just the I don't know what it's called, the conduit. I don't know.
The receptacle.
Conduit?
Maybe, but that holds the bulbs. He said, yeah, we'll get an electrician out, and it's been 2 months. But it's okay, because that's just, and I just play Spotify, so it just dulls that out anyway. But yeah, marketing director, big dick swinging over here. Anyhow, but Office Space, great, and seeing it from each side too, like Jennifer.
Do you guys relate to it? Like the shenanigans and stuff like that?
I was thinking, do I have my own Mike Bolton? Do I have my own, was it Saeed? Do I have my own
Samir.
Samir?
Are you thinking of Lost? Saeed, that was his name.
Probably.
Lost. Okay.
And then do I have my own, like in, what's
Lundberg.
Milton, and then that one
Oh, the other guy.
corporate office speaking. Just a moment.
Yeah.
That one lady where she's like, "Oh, someone sounds like they got a case of Mondays." I feel like I'm her sometimes when I first started, and I'm pretty sure people hated me. But now I
Probably.
feel like I don't know. I feel like I'm just like a bit of each.
What's your attire at work, guys?
Casual.
Oh, suit?
Yeah.
Anything?
I can. I don't. But like I can. Like I'll dress up nice occasionally. Like I'll wear a button up and stuff. But still a little casual.
It's like appropriate casual, so not like gym shorts and sandals.
Yeah, no holes in the
Not
pants.
like those jeans.
I wouldn't wear pants like that to work.
I know,
I wouldn't wear
right?
pants like that in general. Like anything with holes in it, I wouldn't
I'll just
wear.
then cut it off and then be like, "See,
Yeah.
there's no holes."
Well, if you cut off the one leg and keep the other one, you're just representing a gang, and you definitely don't want to do that. I think that means
Maybe
you're a
that's
crip.
what I want to do. Maybe that's my initiation.
That's valid. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever hear that urban legend where if you see someone driving at night with their
Yeah.
headlights not on and you flash them, that's how gangs would initiate? Like they would then turn around and follow you, try to kill you? Is that true?
Was it
We're
kill
not
or
in a
beat
gang,
up?
so we don't know.
That's valid. Well, is that? I thought it was kill.
I mean, you can ask Reddit.
I'm
Reddit
sure. Yeah.
has all of the questions.
They do, but then sometimes you definitely get trolled pretty hard on
Oh,
that.
yeah, absolutely.
But oh man, what did I see on Reddit this morning about the? It was fuck. What state was it where they took away rights to trans people and they're all excited
Everywhere?
and happy? Well,
Everywhere but here.
yeah, everyone
Yeah.
on the East Coast.
Sounds like North Carolina, I think.
Whatever it was, and in the picture, all white women, and I was like, God, you guys are the worst. Not white women, but just those white women, and just in general. But they just look so happy to take rights away from people that just, for safe medical treatment. And
There's that picture of like Ron DeSantis signing some bullshit. There's just like all the people like just.
You mean that thing where he's giving himself like unlimited
Yeah.
anything to do whatever he wants in that state?
By the way, for a pretty good period, I thought.
Oh, you had a good period?
Wow.
Wow, Megan, way to bring
I
up
never
period.
have a good period. There's no such thing as a good period. Okay.
Period jokes are disgusting.
Period jokes are.
Wait, how did that joke go? Period jokes are gross. Period. No. You got to say period. Like, jokes about women's menstruation is disgusting. Period.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
That
Sorry,
was so
go ahead,
good.
Megan. Sorry. Thank you.
No, but Ron DeSantis and was it George Santos? I thought they were the same person.
They're both idiots. Yeah.
Yeah, well, because after the whole thing with George Santos being like, what is it?
That is his brother. He said it many times.
DeSantis. Oh yeah, well, I'm sure.
It's yeah. So one of them is a different type of what is it, Italian or something? So one is a DeSantis, the other one's just
One's
Santis.
a good Italian. One's a
One's a spicy Italian. Yeah, and
One's
that would be George. 'cause
One's a
he's-
BLT Italian.
Yeah, exactly. Well, George, again, they're both idiots.
Yeah.
But George is the cross. Well, he doesn't. I don't know if he's a cross dresser, but he did what's
just
it,
a
drag.
liar.
He did drag, and he went to false checks in Brazil. Yeah, huge liar. Apparently, he's also doing fucking when they
OnlyFans?
no. When they what did they try to do when they raise money again for their
Campaign.
campaigning?
Fundraise.
Yeah, fundraising. Yeah, he's trying to do that again. I'm like, dude, I mean, if he gets elected again somehow, I don't know how he would because I think they're trying to vote for him out now.
Yeah.
But like, you got to be so fucking dumb. Anyway, so I'm sorry, Megan. You thought they're the same person?
Yeah, so because of the sand part, whatever, and because of how terrible they are. But then I was
Right.
thinking, well, if they decide to do a biopic, like a satirical biopic on George Santos, I think Frank Nelson should play him. He's from Scott Pilgrim. He's the guy with the thick frame glasses. He's also on Veep. He's the politician's like side piece that like always
Calls it a cum dumpster all
Yeah.
the time.
The tall guy.
yeah.
Yeah. What did he say?
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
that is
right?
good. Yeah.
There was such a good joke in Veep that he had, where it's like, he's like, "Oh, I'm as fast as a southern
I was like,
detective
what was it?
trying
What
to
did I
solve
say
the
you were
crime of
fast
a
as?"
black man's murder or something like that." I was like, "Oh my god, like that's so crucially good." But yeah, I can see that. He's so tall though. Like that motherfucker's like 6'5".
Well, I mean, George Santos
Yeah,
probably
he
is.
doesn't look tiny.
As tall
He
as
doesn't look
says.
tiny, but I would say, yeah, he's like, I'm 6'5", he's 5'11", or something like that. Like shit. Anyhow, so Office Space again. Great movie. I don't think there's time where I have not, like, even the first time I watched it, I was like, I never saw it in theaters. I was like, this is good. And it's silly. And then it does have those moments where you can relate. Especially at that time, I couldn't relate either, Megan. Like, I didn't have a job like that. But again, now, like, just the mundane, the same repetition every day. You have, for him, it was TPS reports and making sure all that shit's done. For me, it's like very similar, actually. But, I mean, not TPS reports, but it just makes me hate my life.
Like, did you get that email?
Yeah.
Like, what email? I got this email.
Per my last message.
yeah.
There's so many like there's so many like backhanded ways to send emails. Like I
love
fucking
it.
love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've seen other ways of people saying certain things that just don't come off as a dick. But it's like, no, I want to say it like that for a reason. Like per my last email or per our last conversation. And it's great.
I don't know if you get the pressure, Brandon, but whenever I'm composing an email, sometimes I always feel like compelled to put an exclamation point, like, "Hey Joe," and thanks. But it's like,
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm like, no, I don't need that. But if I don't put it in there, then I'm gonna look like a bitch, and I just don't want.
You can't
but
look. I mean, as a
but
woman,
I'm
you
also-
can't look like a bitch.
or sound like one.
Yeah.
You know, same thing. But
That's how you start all your emails. Sup, dog.
I'm like,
Yo, motherfucker.
well, the corporate version of that is just saying their name, like Joe.
Yeah.
Cop. And
Joseph.
then
Not high.
not even, hey Joe,
Yeah.
just Joe.
The only exclamation point that I want to put is when I say like "Have a great day," like at the end, or like "Thanks," like you said. But like saying thanks is also kind of comes off as like I've told people on the phone like instead of saying thank you, I say thanks, and it's like thanks for doing this, but it just doesn't sound as like
Genuine.
yeah, because you're saying thank you for choosing us. It's like thanks for choosing us. Like it's just not as, but like I like
Yeah,
to,
but
when
thank you for choosing us seems overly formal.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so that's why I talk to people that way when I say thanks and stuff. Because when I talk to customers, I'm talking to them like a friend. like I'll make jokes with him and stuff. And I mean, I don't obviously that's probably not the best practice all the time, but really, since we're a small company, it just
A lot of menstruation jokes with
so
with your
many.
customers.
Like I constantly am saying period, and like just
It's like,
so
what
many.
day on your period are you right now?
Yeah. How close are
that
you
makes
ovulating
sense.
right now? Perfect. This is the prime time to have one of our guys come out there and talk to you about replacement.
Is it
options.
like second day period? Because that's the worst.
Yeah. Are you?
How many kids do you have? Were they natural births?
Were they IVF?
Were you drugged?
Were you petri?
Yeah. Were they at a natural birth in a pool? Like, is
Oh,
it just,
God.
did you have a midwife? I'm just curious. Asking for a friend.
Did you
actually.
use the epidural? Mm.
Yeah. Oh wow, you had to
know
use the
about
dural,
that.
huh?
Did you tear your butthole too? I heard that happens a lot.
Did you tear
How
that
many
shit?
times did you shit?
Did your husband ask for the husband stitch?
Oof. Was he filming it? Are you able to show that online? Can we see that video proof of the baby?
You send it over an email. I'm staring right
Yeah,
now.
this is just vital for your profile. We just got to add it to this.
Best regards.
Yeah.
To whom it may concern. Show
Yeah.
me that tape.
Yeah. is your taint? Is it? Do you shave that, or what are we talking here? Like, is there peach fuzz? Anyway.
You're talking about just the taint? Because that's very specific.
Yeah, I only want the taint. I want to know,
all right.
especially when it's guys.
It's like
I
a
want to
reverse.
know.
It's a reverse black hole. Like,
Yeah,
All right.
I want to know.
Shiny
I want to know from the
beacons.
from the
It's
the
like you guys
balls
went
to the
from
butthole,
bleached asshole to bleached taint, and that's
from the
your
base of the
prerogative.
vagina to the butthole. What is the hair?
It's called progress, Megan. Get used to it.
Yeah, very progressive,
See, I'm very traditional, so
conservative even.
Yeah.
Ooh,
you
that's a
said
tough
it,
one.
not me.
That's a tough one. You should get a job with my company. Very, very conservative.
Where you guys suck all day.
Oh,
Huh?
dude, we suck
Get
so
it?
hard, bro. We suck.
When did this start? Why am I not?
You're like
did that.
dinosaurs.
Jeez.
Well, it's just a hee-haw laugh. It's like,
Yeah.
I get it.
But anyway, I wanted to segue about like how to say things in an email because I will say this: Office
I
Space.
forgot we were talking about emails. Okay.
Yeah,
go back.
anyway.
Thanks.
Thanks, Meds. No, seriously,
focus.
no, that's serious. That medication helps me like active listen, but in a way where I'm not waiting to say what I
Well,
want to say, but where I'm like, oh, by the way, we're
wait,
talking about
I'm
this.
not supposed to do
The
that?
last time when you're on the podcast, you had said that you had seen a psychiatrist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so but then when I had talked to you with Jordan, Mike wasn't there. Like he wasn't part of the conversation and stuff like that. So you
didn't
are
invite him.
Yeah. So you are medicated.
The truth comes out.
So you are medicated. So it's helping you focus. It's helping you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's making a big difference?
I think so. It's not like day and night type of difference, but it's helping me.
Day and night. It's not so darn it. Okay, sorry, no,
So you should get medicated for that. But yeah, no, but it helps me keep more of like a consistent strain of focus and
okay.
even like just being able to like listen to someone's conversation without like trailing off in my mind and going like sidetrack and realizing, oh shit, they're still talking to me, trying to jump back into the conversation.
Oh shit, they're looking at me. They asked me something. I wasn't paying attention.
Is it my turn to respond? Yeah, get them.
Yeah,
Get 'em,
periods.
get
Just say
'em.
something about periods, and then we'll know you're paying attention.
Yeah, but no, I wanted to bring up I wanted to bring up what I was going to bring up after emails is because this movie has made me feel so self-conscious about, hey, if you can do that, that'd be great. Thanks.
Yeah.
Like I can't say that without
Thinking of Lumberg?
Yeah, and feeling like, oh my god, am I a Lumberg right now? I feel like a Lumberg, and I can't like every time I'm typing it out, I'm like, dear God, that voice immediately like invades my like the way it's typed out. I'm like, great, now I have to reword it so it doesn't sound like Lumberg. Like that is so weird for a movie to like have that type of influence, like to this day for me,
Yeah.
where like I'm so self-conscious about it.
Which is funny because you don't think of, like, obviously, like their success isn't comparable, Pulp Fiction to Office Space, but like just the amount of still like cultural impact it still seems to have.
Case of the Mondays.
Yeah. With a lot of his movies, even like especially like Idiocracy, like for like right now, like what's going
Yeah.
on, like oh my god, it's all coming true, blah blah blah.
Right.
But like compared to like Pulp Fiction, which actually still has like a big cultural relevance too. But Office Space, I guess that has to take into account like the cult status of it. Like that's where its power comes from.
Yeah.
But it's still pretty impressive, like how wide its grasp and its impact is.
It's gaping.
Yeah.
Like how
Huge gaping impact that it has.
It's very like loosely gaped.
Yeah.
just enough to like make it like
Where it's very like, flexible.
Because I like
Malleable.
Or was it elastic? That's where I was
Yeah,
looking for. Thank
malleable.
you.
I think I like.
But I had a couple bosses ago, and he was a nice guy, but he had like that low like
like a Reddit nice guy.
Was it? Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, why don't you like me? I was being nice to you. But
Show me your tits. Let me
Please
see,
like me.
Let me see your feet.
but
Please
but
like
he
me, but
had a
also
little
please
bit of
respect
that
me.
that cadence. I'm like, oh, it's fun. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, but like cool, not terrible.
There was I've seen so many of those where it's like, hey, I gave you money, like, or I bought you dinner, like, I need to see your pussy, or it's just the like for dudes
Audacity.
out there, yeah, the dudes out there that just believe that because they did a kind gesture or something like that, or because they took they paid for a woman's dinner, or they were nice to them, that they're now owed titties, or they're owed something nasty, like, oh, let me see you fucking spread your spread
Spread your tits.
spread your tits. You grab them and just push them apart.
Did that guy ever like be with a woman before?
I want to see that gap between them titties.
Can you spread your tits? Yeah, that's what they say.
How wide can you make that gap? I want to see. At
Can
least a
you
10
expand your belly button for me? I just want to see what's inside.
I want to see how wide your areolas can go from
How
one another.
deep can I stick my dick inside your belly button?
Yeah,
That's what I want to know.
I just want to titty fuck you, and I want to know I can fit it between there. Like, fuck, I'm 8 inches around, so yeah, I got to make sure that
Gotta
girth.
see something.
Well, what if it was 8 inches, not even around? So that's the circumference, right? What if it was just 8 inches flat of a dick? Like that's like an elephant, right?
So when you say when you're talking about like 8 inches flat, are you talking about 8 inches flat wide?
Yeah.
Like-
So you like could kind of like roll up like a fruit roll up?
No. Like just think,
And then they tuck it in.
so okay. So circumference is the whole way around, correct? Or is that
Yes.
diameter?
No.
So circumference, 8 inches. That's not so. It's what, 4 inches?
I mean, we can do the math. real
Okay,
quick.
it's okay. We don't do math. But if it was 8 inches, when I say flat, I mean in sense like, let's just say.
So like the radius would be 8 or 4.
Yes.
At that point.
Yes. So that's half, right? Radius is half.
Oh, I see what you mean. Where it's like a pancake.
Yeah, it's big. Like just.
Just
yeah.
a very like flat slab.
That's
Well,
that's a wood log at that point.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
That's what it'd be. It's like a tree branch.
Yeah.
Like just a good girthy tree branch. But
A stump.
There's a video that was online where I don't know if it was on spring break. I don't know how recent it was, but the person was interviewing this guy, and the guy's he's all buff. He's on the beach, short shorts, and then they approach these two women. And I don't know if this guy was a bodybuilder, but he was pretty buff. And the interviewer was like, "Oh, would you date a bodybuilder?" And she's like, "No, I go for like, skinny, kind of scrawnier dudes." And then the guy starts saying like, "What about if I was 8 inches around?" And like he starts like making, talking about himself, and it's so cringe. Like just I feel like he wasn't being denied per se, but just like that it's not her type, right?
Yeah.
So now he has to like he feels maybe demasculated. Is it demasculated? Is that the right word?
Emasculated.
And so it's just immediately on how that's I feel like someone ran their bike by. Again, microphones. Like what the fuck? That person's got to be.
Well, I'm also like, do you have the window open?
Well, so there's air.
Gets warm in here.
Yeah, it gets a little toasty. Yeah. And it's not that bad with the air. You got to give these people air.
Aya.
Come on. So anyway, back to what you're saying, Megan, and the emails and everything. I agree when like forming an email and stuff, and how you don't want to come off as like a dick, or how like just how things might sound. But a lot of times I don't really care. Like I'm very direct in my emails, especially if I give them concise instructions, and I give them pictures, and I'll give them like everything to show, like, here's what this is, here's how you're supposed to do this. And then they're like, they don't do it, or they're like, what? And I can't fathom. No, it's not stupidity, but like I just can't a little bit. But it just like
Awareness.
I've said this in the podcast before, when there's just overly stupid people in movies just for them to be stupid, and I just can't. Like in horror movies, the stupid decisions people make, I'm like, ugh. Like, let's go back in the house, like when you can run away or whatever. It's just, I can't. So I even, really quick as an example, we're designing like brochures for work, and the ones that I designed, and they loved them, by the way. And so we had to send them to our company that prints it all and stuff like that. And with the design that I did, I used Vistaprint. And oddly enough, our sponsor for today is Vistaprint. And when you go to checkout, use Megan, Mike, Brandon as we're not a sponsor. So, but I sent them everything, the text.
MMB.
The text, everything they fucking needed.
Yeah.
And they didn't get it. Like, they're just like, can you resend the text because it's doing this? I'm like, I copied it exactly how it's supposed to be. I made it so easy. It took me so long for this email, and they still weren't getting it. I was like, fuck. And then, oh yeah, it's going to take us about 10 hours to make this. And I thought, okay, this took me about 4 hours to make. Now, granted, in Vistaprint, I did it from scratch. So...
And you did it on like their template.
Yeah,
so it wasn't like they had to like reconvert it.
Right. The template that there's there is just a rectangle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's a trifold. But they're saying it's going to take 10 hours. And I'm like, you have all the text. You just got to copy and paste it over.
Like
and
10
adjust the
hours
size.
in the queue of other stuff or 10 hours for that thing?
For 10 hours to them to do it themselves. And I get it. They are doing it from scratch on their side. And I was like, well, we want to do it through you guys. We don't want to do Vistaprint because Vistaprint's going to charge this. And we want to help the smaller like business like ours too. And I was like, 10 hours. And we got to pay for those 10 hours? And I was like, that's rough. So, RUFF rough. Anyhow.
So the sponsor is not brought by Vistaprint because don't go to their business because...
I typically do though. Like oddly enough, I made spectacular business cards. Remember that? I still have them. I've only put them in a few places. I was going to make t-shirts, but then I realized their shirts are kind of cheapy. So I didn't. I was going to make hats, and I think I might still because they're stitched. They're not like... embroidered? No, is it embroidered?
Embroidered.
What is that? Is that when they heat it? What's the heating one? Is that
Embroidered.
Embroidered.
embroidered?
Embroidered.
Whoa. Anyway, back to Office Space.
Iron on. I think it's what you're
Is it an iron? Okay, so embroidered,
Iron-on.
is that the stitch?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. I don't know. So, Office Space, though, cult movie in its own right. Not like Pulp Fiction, of course. And I think that we haven't really talked too much about the movie itself. So, really quick, Peter... He hates his job, and his girlfriend is shitty, and she convinces him to go to see like not a therapist, like a hypnotherapist, right?
I think
Occupational hypnotherapist.
Okay, occupational hypnotherapist. And when he is under the trance, the occupational hypnotherapist tells him to just relax, bro, relax, chill, like you're the most relaxed you've ever been. And right before he's going to wake him up from this trance, he has a heart attack or stroke. Heart attack. Okay. And Peter is now stuck in that, like, comfortable, relaxed state. Mm-hmm. And he was supposed to go into work the next day because Lundberg asked him to come in. He does not. He gets many emails from Lundberg. He gets an email from
voicemails.
Voicemails.
I'm sorry, I said emails. Yeah. He gets a voicemail from his girlfriend at the time to admitting that she had cheated on him, and like yells it at him.
I was like how the voicemail like goes back a little bit because of how loud she's screaming.
It did?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
She's like, oh, by the way, I've been cheating on you. And it like pushes back a little bit.
I did not notice that. I like that a lot.
The actual machine?
Yeah.
I like that. I like physical jokes.
Yeah.
He goes back to bed. What does he do? Then he goes to meet Jennifer Aniston because he wants to ask her. So I didn't press this. So he did go. It was the case of the Mondays prior, and that's when he met Jennifer Aniston. I'm just fucking this all up.
You're fucking this
I am fucking. You need to talk in the microphone in order to hear it properly. You're talking away from it. So
do I like? Am I like just like was it a screw in like the fucking wrench cog in the whatever that term is?
What are you saying?
I don't know.
Maybe those jokes are not helping you.
Am I a screw in the like cord wheel, whatever?
Cogwheel?
Cogwheel. Thank you. Am I that with you guys? Because I feel like I like mess up your guys' like flow a little bit.
No.
I feel like I'm a period to you guys.
You're gumming up the works, is what you're trying to say?
Yeah, Megan.
That's a thing.
You never heard that phrase?
Never heard that one.
You're throwing a wrench in the.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wrench in the street.
What? You're just saying shit. I feel like those drugs are giving you a high. I want a piece of that.
Whenever you
give me,
speak, it really grinds my gears. If that's what you want to hear. Yeah.
Well, I heard grinds my chair.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
Okay, I was gonna get pissed.
Anyway, Peter hates his life, hates his job. Jennifer Aniston works at the restaurant that they like to frequent. She hates her job.
Looks like a TGI Fridays.
Looks like TGI Fridays.
Tchotchkes?
Looks a little more.
They do mention
little
TGI Fridays.
Okay.
Too.
Looks like what?
Little Applebee's-ish.
Yeah.
No, it was a Flingers. It was a Flingers, and
I
then
remember.
the other one was Chili's. Those were the two.
Yeah.
I do like some chilies though.
Chili.
But yeah, have you guys noticed the effects of like calming and being like an even keel like that? Like, one, does it upset the people around you? Or two, does it lead to like better things for you? I don't know if you guys have noticed anything like that before.
I think when you're in that state, you don't care about whether or not the people around you are affected by your calm state of mind. I think it's just like, I finally have felt peace, and like I'm not hearing 10 thoughts
The
at
noises,
once,
yeah.
and not thinking about the next day at work. And it's just like, that's like the serenity that he's feeling, that I'm like, I get that.
trying to achieve but never will. Yeah.
Exactly. Because I think like the whole thing with adulthood or just the working
periods?
life is like,
Periods.
well, you know so much about them. Why don't you elaborate?
I mean, I'd love to, but I think we need to just
Because you're just like
continue
a
with that.
walking period
I can be.
on day 2. So like the worst one.
I
by
could
the way.
be. Just it's a heavy flow with
Yeah.
a wide set vagina.
You mean like something that's annoying that you can't get rid of it? No
Yeah,
matter.
and it constantly sheds blood, but just
I wouldn't say I
shedding.
shed. Actually, I guess I do because I'm constantly
Well, that's
losing
what
hair.
it shed.
I mean, the inner lining. Yeah, yeah.
All right,
gotcha.
come on. We gotta. This is not.
Anyway, so yeah, no, it's just feeling that sense of peace, but I don't think about whether or not it's gonna affect the people around me, good or bad, because then that's just a way of being trying to people please, and that also comes with the stress that you're like always worked up about. So when you sever all of that, you're like, oh yeah, I need to self-care. I need to care for myself. So it's a good feeling.
I'm sorry. I forgot what the question was.
Yeah, what was
not,
the
not in a bad way. To what I just completely lost.
Well,
the
no, because
question.
it's just I'm pretty even keeled, even at work and stuff like that. But there have been like specific times when I've just been super stressed. Maybe it wasn't even super stressed, just going from like not very stressed at all to like a
Like
slight
different
elevation of stress,
levels of
and it
stress.
just feels like the fucking earth is crumbling in on you.
Well, let me ask you this: with your job, do you, when you clock out, do you leave work behind, or do you think about work as you're leaving work?
Oh, it's completely out of my head.
So it's like you have a job where you can clock off and not feel like you have to think about it after work.
Correct.
Because someone's going to pick up after you, or like someone's going to like pick
Well,
up where you
our
left off
jobs are
type of thing.
pretty self-contained. So once
Okay.
you complete a small little project or something like that, it's done and it's easier.
But they're not like pressing on like, hey, just so you know, you have to complete
Right.
this deadline by so and so, and
Yeah, I mean,
you're like already
there's
thinking about that.
Yeah. There's certain stuff that we have to do that has to be done, but we have like a month's worth of time to
Okay.
do it. So it's not.
So
It's
yeah.
not like, oh man, we have this thing to do.
Yeah.
Although I'm on like a committee at work sometimes, and we do have projects and presentations and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I think we're pretty good at it. At least I feel pretty good at it.
But like, just for you as a person, like you're pretty level-headed with just not letting your job get the best of you or the worst of you.
Well, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like I can think of like 2 times where it has affected me a little bit,
Yeah.
and it's super duper stressful. But so it's almost to the point where like, man, I couldn't imagine how some people like live their lives like this under this constant state of like
Yeah.
like never ending anxiety. Like, oh, that's okay. Oh, now I understand why people drink. Okay, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Now I understand why people have a third
Drugs.
location.
Exactly.
Because before my current office job, I was like technically the essential employee in that department. So we had one person, scanning photos, one person transferring audio. I was in charge of transferring video. So there was only me. So if I was sick, all jobs were on pause or on hold
Oh,
until
that's
I came
interesting.
back. So like technically someone could probably take my place just for a couple of like short tape orders, but I was like primarily in charge of them. So that stress from work carried with me home because then I had to think about the hand-holding customer I had to deal with the next day or the next week, and they're like, I need this by this time, and it's like, well, our boss isn't gonna try and negotiate a appropriate deadline, so I have to go ahead and bend over backwards for this person while they're asking for a discount. So it was just that building stress that just kind of accumulated, and now I have a job where I don't have to worry about that. So as soon as I clock off, I know the PM shift or the next shift that's coming in is going to pick up where I left off, and I don't have to like worry about it as I leave. So it's just a nice clean break.
Yeah, because they already own you for 8 hours of your day.
Nobody
Like,
owns me.
You're gonna get.
I own me.
You're gonna give them that many more hours, like,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
ruin your sleep. Like,
Are you salary or are you hourly?
I'm hourly,
Okay.
which I
yeah.
So
feel
you
bad.
should absolutely clock out and say fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Fuck all that.
And but
Well, really salary too. I mean,
salary, I feel, is outdated at this point. If there are still companies that are overworking their salary
Yep.
members, and they're not canceling or they're not balancing out the days where they don't have to work a full 8 hours. It's just like they're working a full 8 hours, and then there's days where they're working 8 hours and then some.
would you rather do 10/4s or 5/8s?
I would rather do 10-4s.
Yeah.
Because I already work 10 hours a day anyway, just because they're very lenient with overtime and I get paid for it. So I'm like, all right, yeah, sure.
You better be.
But it feels natural at this point. I And I'm working from home, so that's a huge plus until they're like
barely work. You're saying?
yeah, we're hardly working. But yeah, no, they haven't like rolled us back into the office yet. So I'm like, I'm just gonna keep going.
Keep your head down. Don't
Is
say
that the place that's
shit.
in LA?
Keep it.
Yeah, so it's right across from LACMA,
Yeah.
where the lamp
Yeah.
thingies are.
Oh yeah, I like that theater. Well, that theater that the dome thing that they built there.
Have you gone to the Academy Museum yet? Mm-hmm. It's good.
We've been there at separate times. I've been there.
Oh yeah, Brandon went and didn't invite me.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
so actually, I haven't been to the museum, but I go to the movie.
Did you see Studio Ghibli's thing?
Yeah.
so did I.
It was so pretty.
They didn't let me take pictures though. It's such shit.
I know.
Like, but I
It
had
was really pretty.
So that day I had a shirt on though that I could put in my pocket.
Yeah.
And I could have just been recording, like had my phone right there.
Smart.
But then I didn't, because then it would have been a vertical video anyway, and I fucking hate vertical videos.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the thing now. So when people are looking at their phone, they're not like, oh,
yeah,
have
I
to
gotcha.
flip over.
Like, because even the reels for a lot of stuff is vertical, like they don't do it horizontal.
Yep.
But I did like that little tree they had in there.
Yeah,
But people were laying all over it, and I was thinking that's kind of gross because like everybody's walking on.
Are
that
you talking
too.
about like the little like grass patch
Yeah,
where they're looking
yeah.
at the artificial sky? Where I'm like,
Yeah.
there's a sky outside.
Yeah. Well, did you go into the dome? They let you go into the dome up there?
Are you talking about like the outdoor patio area?
Yeah, the outlook. Yeah, okay. Because I know they had it closed a couple times too,
Oh, okay.
just because it was. I think they said like with weather, like it was too windy. I was like too windy, but I guess it would shake. I was like,
Will
ooh.
like blow off. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Back to your question though, Mike. Yes, I would say there can be a lot of stress depending on what it is, but when I leave, I'm gone. Unless I know like there's Saturday and like needs help or something like that, I can check on my phone or something.
Yeah.
But in a lot of cases, like people will text me at like 5:03. And I already left. I don't see that till Monday when I come back in.
Yeah.
Or the next morning when I look at it, I'm like, oh shit, and they need something done. But I'm like, well,
No.
sorry. And now I am salaried, but at the same time, I even leave early a lot. Like I'll leave at like 4:45 just so I could beat some of this traffic. But I do a lot of work at work anyway because there's a lot of stuff they need to do to like, kind of catch them up with stuff because they have a great foundation for this place, but it needs to be structured. And so creating a lot of like SOPs and making sure everybody's on the same page with doing certain tasks. And that's the stressful
Wait.
part.
So they were like, you know what we need around this place? Some structure. You know who we need to do it?
Yeah, we need this guy.
Branded.
We need this guy.
Hey guys,
Well, so like my primary use there is marketing, but I do help with the customer service, and I'm working on that too. Like, there's maintenance plans that aren't like being taken care of, and so there needs to be a procedure on how to input those and understanding how to set up recurring payments. So for me, I have to figure this shit out first, and then I have to create the SOP. So here's how the person does it. So it's a little time consuming, but at the same time, I haven't been able to really even focus on the marketing stuff because there's so much other shit that has to get done. But they already have certain marketing things in place that are working, but they can absolutely be better. And
really putting your work on blast.
no. Like there's a lot of greatness there, and so and with me going in there, it's just tightening it up a little bit, and because there's like so many ways that people are booking calls, like this is so inconsistent, and then the way that things are input in the system are inconsistent. But it's not on the work itself; it's just the people that are there. So with me setting up these things, now we're all doing it the same.
Do you feel like you're getting paid appropriately for like those three?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like 3 different positions, but you feel like you're getting paid fairly for it.
Oh, absolutely, and
Okay, good.
I get bonus on stuff. So I mean,
Nice.
the bonuses that I get are stupid in a good way.
Yeah.
And my
But you
boss,
only get half of that anyway because of taxes.
well, yeah, like almost 3/4. So my boss even yesterday, he's like, look, Brandon, I want you to be at like making $120,000 to $150,000 a
I
year.
want to put you in a position
I
where
wanna be like
you
you.
have up to 3 people
Yeah.
directly underneath
Yeah.
you.
Well, when he
Yeah.
said that, I was like, I do too, motherfucker. Like, I want to be making $120,000, $150,000. But I am hiring somebody that would be directly under me, and then probably one more person after that. And that's why I was interviewing people, and we're inviting them back for a few of them back for a second interview next week. But I've never actually interviewed people, really. I've been in the room, but never been the primary focus. And since I'm the one that's doing the hiring, I mean, I can essentially hire anybody. But Mike, you want a job? All right, man. You're gonna make like half of what you currently make, and and you're gonna be on the phone a lot.
Drive further.
I can't match. I'm sorry.
I know. Well, no, you wouldn't drive. Oh, maybe a little bit. Yeah, Anaheim's closer. Anyway, so
On the bright side, your benefits would disappear.
yeah,
But
they would not be as good as what you currently have. Yeah, because you're a union, no?
hell yeah.
Yeah, you are. Okay.
Nice.
So anyway, Office Space. We didn't talk about it too much.
Jesus.
But I enjoyed the movie. We all enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
It's a cult hit. A lot of great parts in there. I love the neighbor of Diedrich. I mean, fuck no, man. Like, we would get your ass kicked for saying something like that. Like,
Yeah.
just great. Orlando Bloom in there. Mike Judge was in it. Like,
I think it has like a good feel that it gives. I mean,
Yeah.
it's terrible for being in the office, but it gives like a good sense. This is coming from somebody who's never worked like in an office like that, but like a good sense of the like monotony and the fucking
Even like the clicks.
the color, the
Yeah.
clickiness, the insanity over like just the birthday cake and
Linsanity?
shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
he
Jeremy
doesn't get
Linsanity.
it.
Is he
Yeah.
relevant?
You know, he just got concussed real hard in China. Like, this guy was going up for a rebound, and when he was coming down, his elbow went right into his fucking head. And then when he fell back and hit the ground, he hit his head again. And so he got double whammied. But no whammy. But yeah, he got. What game show was that? Shit, doesn't matter. But I like Jeremy Lin. It's unfortunate that the NBA like completely gave up on him. Like after New York, he went to Houston, and then after Houston, he went to the Lakers. But like, he's a very skilled player. But it's just, I think Carmelo Anthony really fucked him up because he's the one that got all jealous when he was in New York and he started getting all that attention. And Carmelo at that time was still sort of in his prime, and so he wanted that attention. And look what happened. Carmelo's not in the league. He's not even playing basketball overseas, and he doesn't have Lala anymore. Fucking La Loser is what it is. Anyway.
Good one.
Anyway, so yeah, we didn't almost talk about Office Space at all, which is fine. So Pulp Fiction.
Is it though?
It is.
Okay.
I think, you know, the thing
I
about
feel that we had never talked about Milton. We never talked about Stephen.
we didn't talk about jumping to conclusions.
The
We
jump
didn't-
to conclusions.
We didn't.
Matt.
We didn't talk about how he fucked up the decimal point.
or the was it the dream of Jennifer Aniston having
Getting
sex
fucked.
with Lumberg?
Yeah. It's the wrong Lumberg is what
Yeah.
it is. But Gary Cole, and she's like, "Hey, Peter."
What I do like, kind of going a little out of Office Space, is Stephen Root and
Barry.
Barry. But
so fucking good.
have you seen the latest season? Are you watching
Yeah,
the latest
yeah,
season?
yeah.
So
Are you up to date
Richard
yet, Mike?
No, I'm not.
Okay, you're still in the second episode.
Third.
of
Yes.
season 1.
Yeah.
Good job. We're proud of you.
I try my best.
I fucking love Barry.
Oh, I love it.
It's so good.
Yeah. No, that could be like the whole weekly
it's a
BM.
different
type
Mike and I
thing.
briefly talked about it earlier. I'm sorry. I was saying I love Stephen Root in that too. Like whenever he's like getting hit or he's like whining, I
Yeah.
love his voice. But like I was saying that Barry, to me, it's the perfect mix of comedy with like drama and the action in there too.
Yeah.
Like it's just so well done. I know people are shitting on Hater Bill, like for this season because he directed a lot of episodes and they're like, oh, this season's losing its like not view but shit, what do they call
It's
it?
like angle or like
Fuck. I
It
don't
does
know.
seem a little more surreal this year.
Well, after the last episode, I'm like, wait, what's happening? Because like I
Okay,
won't
so
say
it gets
anything. I
more
won't say
so.
anything.
Okay, cool.
But like at the end of an episode, I'm like, was he dreaming?
Yeah, it's hard to tell,
Yeah.
distinguish
And-
between, yeah.
So I don't know. But
I don't know, people who complain about that, I'm like,
fuck him.
yeah, fuck off. Like,
Eat a dick.
please.
Yeah,
I think
two of 'em.
Tell me how it tastes.
Yeah. It's
Is it salty? Is it bitter?
probably it's probably going to be a little salty, just as depending on how
Is
excited
it
he is.
irony because of the
I get it. Thanks, Megan.
and the
Yeah.
period?
All right, come on, Jesus Christ.
Circle back. But no, but why I wanted to bring up Barry is that in the, not really a spoiler, in the latest season, Richard Reel, the guy who's the jump to conclusions Matt.
Yeah.
He's in one of the episodes of the latest season. So it's kind of like,
Oh, is he really?
yeah.
He's
so
the you should have seen him. He's the warden in the prison.
Oh, okay.
He's very, very briefly in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
yeah, just
not even
super
a minute
brief.
total.
So that's why it's like not really a spoiler because he's barely in it. That's like the first and yeah.
Well, I'm still not going to watch the rest of it because you blew it from me. That's fine.
Wait, in episode 3
Oh,
though,
no big deal.
that's where the Barry gets out, right?
Barry.
When Barry gets out in episode 3.
I haven't watched it yet.
You
I'm
said you're
on
on
3.
Oh
No,
my
on
God.
season 1.
I saw the
What?
Wait.
no, I was just kidding. I'm on
Oh.
the last season.
Yeah, he's yeah. Okay.
You fucker.
You
fucking
said
You
season
fucking
1.
fuck.
I didn't say season 1. But I saw the little thumbnail when it showed him looked like he
Okay.
wasn't in prison, so I assumed he gets out.
Got it.
So it's fine. It's not that huge spoiler. Plus, I'm not dumb because I'm like totally know how shows work and stuff.
Totally.
Totally.
Yeah, no, but so I like that. What I like to believe is that there's still that like entourage or like that kind of connections. Like, hey, like, can you be a part of this episode?
Right.
You know, kind of thing. And that still makes me think like, oh, they even after, because I don't know if there have been other works that they've worked in together since Office Space, but it was still that kind of like, if you know those two, you know that they've worked before.
If you know, you know. Yeah, yeah.
If you know, you know. Same thing with no, I won't say that one because it's It's a nice
Stop
little
spoiling shows for me. Fuck.
Yeah.
Piggy dies from the boulder.
Who?
From Lord of the Flies.
Oh. Jeez. We got some pig heads on stakes and shit.
So that's why I wanted to bring it up. But I love Stephen Root.
And King of the Hill's coming back too, so I'm excited.
Oh shit!
And Futurama?
Yeah, he's on a Futurama though.
I know, I'm just saying.
Are they coming back after the strike? I hope, or
Well, yeah. So it's
Okay.
gonna be a time leap. So it's like Bobby is an adult, like in his 30s. And
Yeah.
Let's do the time leap again. No, I'm sorry.
did you say, "Damn it, Bobby"?
damn Bob.
What is there's the
That's
episode?
not person. I don't know you.
There's the episode where Bobby was going like making some shit in the background, and Hank was like, "Not in this house," and like, but Bobby was like doing something kind of like a little feminine, right? Like
Yeah.
you know how Bobby is. He's a little. It's a dumpster.
Okay.
He could be a little like
Yeah, we got it.
flamboyant. So like, but yeah, not in this house. But even his scream, like, oh, like his screams, is just so good. Was that
Yeah.
that was Mike Judge that does his voice, right?
Hank?
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Nice.
I believe it, yeah. So anyway,
Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else to talk about, like that actually
the
happened.
stapler,
Yeah, stapler.
the stapler, the red swing line, which Mike got me as a present for 1 year for Christmas, and they never made red swing lines until that movie because it got popular.
It's right there. I'm looking right at it.
People were requesting it. There is, yeah, I don't know. Again, this movie, there's many parts that we could have talked about. Orlando Bloom
The
selling
printer scene,
magazines. The which scene?
Wait, are you talking about
Orlando. That's
No,
not
you're
Oh
talking
no,
about
I'm
Phil
sorry,
Lamar.
Orlando Jones. No, it's Orlando Jones.
Wait,
Orlando Jones.
It's Orlando Jones. I said Orlando Bloom. I think I'm just thinking of Bloom and Onions too, and I'm just hungry. So he's the guy that comes to the door.
I okay.
Yeah, that's Orlando Jones. He used to be the 7-Up guy. He was in one of my favorite movies, Evolution, with Dave Duchovny and the aliens. He's like, oh, they're going towards his crotch. Take the leg. Like,
You're saying more of it, but I know.
You've
less
never
of
seen
it.
Evolution?
No.
Ah, fuck, man, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Although I don't like Duchovny that much, but like, it's good.
I believe it.
Okay, good. He says he's a sex addict. I think he's just a fucking dickhead. Anyway, so Pulp Fiction, Mike. Why don't you tell us about Pulp Fiction? Who's in it? Synopsis is...
Pulp Fiction from 1994.
You knew that offhand without having to look.
Yeah, of course I did. The lives of two mob hitmen, a boxer, a gangster, and his wife, and a pair of diner bandits. They shouldn't even be in the synopsis, whatever.
Nope.
Intertwine in 4 tales of violence and redemption and corruption. There's no corruption. I just
Nope.
added that part. It just sounded right. It just felt like it needed 3 things.
Right.
Violence, redemption,
Degradation.
degradation. Yeah.
Dip,
humiliation.
dad.
And
Who's in
yeah,
it? Who's in it?
everybody's
Hater
in it.
Nation.
Fuck. John Travolta as Vincent Vega, Uma Thurman as Mia Wallace, Samuel L. Jackson as Jules Winfield, Bruce Willis as Butch Coolidge, Tim Roth's in it, Matt Plummer's in it, Laura Lovelace, Phil Lamar. Oh, Phil Lamar. Oh, but he's not.
Yeah, he
Somebody
gets
said
shot in the face.
A lot of
man,
Mad TV
my gun
going
just
on
went
here.
off.
Yeah, I know, right?
Written and directed by Quentin Tarantino, of course.
So, would you say this is your favorite Quentin movie, Megan?
No.
What's your favorite Quentin movie?
Kill Bill, Volume 2.
You know, I
Ooh,
think
interesting.
Mike, I like Volume 2 better than 1 as well.
Yeah.
But I think is this your favorite, Mike, or no? You said it was
I don't even know anymore.
Django.
I don't think I said that.
He said he loves the
It would
dialogue. in that
probably
movie.
be
He loves all the dialogue. He loves the N words.
Inglorious Bastards, maybe.
I do admit,
But like nothing has the
Yeah.
impact like this movie has, of course. But
I think the only thing I like from Inglourious Bastards is Christoph Waltz's first monologue, because
the only
The
thing,
30-minute intro.
well,
to
there's
the movie?
there's like the first one, and then there's the one where they're all in like that bar, and then he's like, "Oh, I know that you're not so and so because you did 2 by doing this." And
That wasn't his. That was
it's
the
3.
yeah. He does 3 like that, but
Yeah.
it should be like that.
Yeah, yeah. Was that
But that
him?
wasn't Christoph
No,
Waltz.
that was a
Oh,
different
okay.
Nazi
So
guy.
yeah, then
Because Christoph Waltz doesn't die.
That's
He
true.
gets the Nazi. He gets the swastika on his forehead. But which that scene too, I was like, oh my god! Like when they're cutting into it, and like just the way he showed it, I was like, fuck.
and you're like harder.
I'll show you my nephew Inglourious. Like he's
Oh, nice.
he's just been like super into movies.
Yeah.
Like just boom, 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 like just knocking them out. To the point where it's like too many. I'm like, are you sure you're watching all these? But anyway, it doesn't matter.
He just wants to look cool to you.
Yeah. So he's like, oh, let's watch. You can watch Inglourious Basterds. I think it was on Hulu. but it just said like TVMA. I'm like, that's interesting. So like it was like during like the scalping scene, stuff like that. I was like, I remember it being like gorier than that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hold on, give me a second. So I just rented it on like Amazon.
Nice.
And then they show it and it's like I was like, oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
14-year-old boy, enjoy.
But
Violence.
I want to ask the question back to you guys because I feel like Pulp Fiction was definitely like a boys movie, like with Scarface. Like those were the posters you would see on the walls, and like the two or Jules and Vincent, like it kind of like that, like monochrome, like
Black and white. It's like suit.
black and white,
Yeah.
like. But it's like the artwork is on like the shirt like that, and every boy,
Right.
No, so it was like a very like boys movie at the time. So was that your guys' favorite movie of Tarantino, or did you guys have a different Tarantino movie in mind?
Man, you know, it's funny. For some reason, I don't really try to rank his stuff. Like other directors, I would say like, oh, I have like a definite favorite.
Yeah.
Whether it's like 2001 from Stanley Kubrick or like There Would Be Blood by Paul Thomas Anderson or something like that. But like Quentin, I never really think about like ranking the movies like that. Like if I had to say like best, it's probably Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
He directed 4 Rooms.
A segment in it, yes.
That's
He's in
interesting.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's just where I am. But I enjoyed most of them. But yeah, so far as like my favorite one, I don't know. That's a good question.
I guess like also because it, I guess, classified it felt like a boys movie at the time. So did you feel like when you first watched that movie, like when did you first watch Pulp Fiction? Like, and then when you first watched it, do you feel like, oh yeah, this is gonna be my personality?
Oh no.
Okay.
No.
I don't know. I mean, I
I
saw
got my
this,
personality from and my sense of style from Chino from the Deftones.
Oh,
With
I thought you were gonna
That's
say
why he
your
wears all
mommy.
black.
Oh.
my cat visiting.
No matter what weather,
I don't think
all black, baby.
I think I saw this when I was a teenager. Like, because this came out in what, 92? You said
4.
94. So I know for sure I saw it as a teenager because I didn't see it. 94. I was only going to be like what, 8. So yeah, I mean, I think I was maybe 15 or 16 when I saw this, and I remember thinking like, what the fuck, in a good way.
Yeah.
But it's something that I admitted to Mike too, which I've come to realize it. But like for years that I've seen this movie, until almost maybe 2 years ago is when I saw when Vincent gets killed. Like I'd never saw him get killed. And out of all the times I've seen it, I don't know if I walked out of the room for a second or I was on my phone, but I never saw him get shot
Yeah.
up. And so, well, it was like 2 years ago I saw that scene. I was like, is this fucking new? Like I remember
Is this
asking,
like an extended cut?
yeah, I asked Mike, like, did he always die? He's like, yeah. I was like, what the fuck is this? And I got so mad because I'd always seen the scene with
You had only watched it on TV. They cut time.
maybe.
The Bravo channel cut.
Yeah, they didn't want to see Travolta die
You mother flipper.
because he's very well beloved on Bravo. Like
Yeah.
he's
I'm a mushroom clown lay mother flipper.
I get
You
these.
ninja.
Oh, I get why you said
Yeah,
ninja.
yeah.
Okay, so again, I would say this is my favorite Quentin, but Kill Bill 2, like I said moments ago, I really fucking like number 2.
Yeah.
Number 1 is great. The action, the violence, I love it. But 2 has more story. There's better structure.
Yeah.
There's more feelings to it. Like she, when she's crying in the bathroom after she gets her kid back, like in the hotel, like fuck.
Yeah.
And seeing Bill die, which I would have loved to see his chest actually blow out, but then he just collapses.
Yeah.
But David Carradine fucking
Oh, I
brought
loved
it, and R.I.P. And it's just even the drug lord that was his dad. I always forget his name. He played another role in the
Michael
movie.
Parks.
Is that him?
I mean, that's
The one that
actor's
like
name.
Okay.
where Uma Thurman almost died from driving to that destination.
Yeah, when she got in the accident.
Yeah.
Well, that
Fuck.
was like Quentin's fault too. He's like, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
just do it, and she like
Absolutely.
lost control of the car, or whatever. And was she concussed? She was something.
She
She
almost
hurt her neck or something like
yeah,
that.
she got like a pretty bad bruising or fracture, I think.
I heard he was just like, hey, sorry. Like didn't.
Yeah, I was like, oh my bad.
Yeah. Hey, that's on me. That's on me. My B.
But
Just
did
on
you
the
die?
On the megaphone. Uma, you good? You good? All right.
Hey, she cool? Hey, somebody check on that. Hey, I gotta go take a break. I gotta take a shit. But I think it is my favorite, but just a very close second is Kill Bill 2. And then I really like Jackie Brown as well. I know that's not one of his more popular movies.
Yeah.
But I really like Jackie Brown. Like the ensemble in that too.
I mean, that came after Pulp Fiction. Like,
Right.
how
It's
do you,
almost
how
like
do
had
you
like the
live up
same
to-
universe type
yeah.
of thing. Yeah.
It's
Like,
all,
how do you live up to that movie? Like, it had been a couple years later. Like, oh my
Right.
god! Like,
well, as I told Mike, when
he almost had to like just get it out of the way, and then
you said same universe too, and I've said this to Mike, and he was like, ugh. But like the Quentin verse of it, like all of his movies are like technically the same universe because
Yeah.
like there's
it's so pompous and
It is.
so-
It is. I don't disagree, But I'm just saying a lot of his movies have similarities because they'll have the same like cigarettes, or they'll have like the same companies in there and stuff. So it's like it's got to be the same. And I don't look at it that way. Like I'm not like, oh, this. I don't put it in like an order, right? Because obviously the very first thing would be Hateful Eight, I guess. But like, and then Django maybe. If you had to put it in like an order from timeline.
I mean, they would
Hateful
be
Django.
pretty-
Wait, or would it be
It would be
Inglourious?
Django.
No, I think it'd be
Django.
It would be Django before Hateful Eight.
Well, because Django would be like 1858, maybe right before the Civil War.
Okay, I thought it was
Hateful Eight would be right after the Civil War,
Yeah.
right? So
Okay. And then
1865 or
Inglourious.
66, something like that. And then Inglourious, 1942, whatever.
Okay.
43. Or
But
44.
yeah, so I've seen someone put that shit in order, or at least talk about it like in that concise order. Like, did you ever see the Disney thingy?
Oh yeah, the Pixar theory or whatever.
Yeah, which I actually like that. Like, I think that can work because the way they did that, I'm like, this makes a lot of sense.
I don't
And
know
like,
what you're talking
it's basically somebody put together all the Pixar movies on how they are linear. So it starts with like Brave or something like that, and then it ends
Oh,
with
it ends
like
with Wally?
I think so. Yeah.
Nice.
Or does it end with Cars?
Ooh, I don't remember. I think Cars would be more ideal because then cars are over the planet. So I think it would be Cars.
Yeah.
But it makes you
I don't
think.
know, wait, is Cars like in the future, or is Cars just in a different
What-
universe with sentient?
I think we had evolved because like you would think that
Automobiles.
they're
Yeah, 'cause
sentient.
now they're sentient.
They have brains, like they, I don't remember, but yeah, it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Pixar Theory? Is that what it's called? Okay, I saw that so long ago too.
Yeah.
but it again makes you think.
It was like a Tumblr post, like way back or
Oh,
something.
it's fucking Tumblr.
Yeah.
You know what I was gonna do? I was gonna buy a Tumblr shirt that has like it says it on like the breast because
Mm-hmm.
I remember my Tumblr days. But it's
Oh, now that you said that word, that's like a trigger word I want to bring back to Pulp Fiction and talk about.
okay.
But go on, what
Oh,
you say
okay.
about it.
Well, Mike, what is so? What is Kill? Oh, not Kill. I'm sorry. So,
No, I thought you were gonna like finish your.
Oh no, I just like Tumblr. I had one for a long time, and then I deleted it, and it's just there's fond memories that I had of that too, like just the stuff that I used to post was a lot of movie stuff. And it used to be full of not safe for work shit, and I was like, sweet boobs. But then
And then they got conservative and
they cracked down. Well, Yahoo bought
boring.
them, and then Verizon. I think it was when Verizon bought them. That's when they cracked down hard, and that was like 2018, maybe 2019.
Boo.
Yeah, but I think they opened up again since. But still, it's like it's not.
It's kind of like hard bringing that momentum.
Yeah.
But no, the reason why you said, or why I wanted to talk about the language in this when you said breast, is like that's like in book talk. So like the book community on TikTok is like how you can tell it was written by a man.
Oh, good.
Is when one of the girls with the piercing, she's like, yeah, I have a piercing on my ear, one on my tongue, one on my breast. I'm like, no girl or no woman says, yeah, I have a nipple or I have a breast
I would hope
piercing.
they say I have a nipple.
Or it's like I don't have, or I have a piercing on my breasts.
Yeah.
Like
They'd say boob, tit.
boob, tit, nipple, and it's like, but yeah, just I feel like the word breast is like a dead giveaway.
It's
that
a
was
PC, a very PC word to
well,
use.
I also feel like it's a dead giveaway that it was written by a man, and it's like
Which is weird because you don't think of Quentin as formal like that
At all.
But
yeah, or like like in was it male authors like supple breasts or
Yeah.
something where it's like oh,
her
that's a
heaving
very,
bosom.
yeah, it's like this guy hasn't slept.
Well,
with
when they
anyone.
use when they use words like penis and even like stuff like that, it's just like I'm gonna say dick or cock, like
Gack.
like even reading it like his engorged penis was just so large, and so his engorged cock was just ready to fucking ram my tight little breast. Like
Oh my God.
I don't know why you don't want to
What
ram it.
vowel is this? Can I
are
borrow
you a
it?
virgin or are you an alien?
It's
Because
a
that
Dan-
just sounds.
It's a Danielle Steele. No, you know what? The first time I read it, it
Those
wasn't.
boobs are like bags of sand.
It wasn't a. Is it true if you don't use it, you lose it? The first book that I ever read that it wasn't a sex book at all, but it was by the author Dana Stabenow. It's called Fire and Ice, and I was in high school, like a freshman, and I read this book, and out of nowhere, a sex scene for like 2 pages came out. I was like, "What is happening?" But I kept reading it, like, and I remember
Something is awakened inside of me.
Yeah, I remember bookmarking it.
with your
I was like,
dick.
Oh, I mean, I was a teenager. Of course, I was getting aroused by that. Like, I mean, a slight wind would go by, and I'm like, oh, like I would just be primed and ready to go.
But yeah,
Jizz in my pants, jizz in my pants. Now I just want to watch that too. I jizz right in my pants every time you're next to
Damn,
me.
that was
You say I'm
2008.
premature.
That's how long. Yeah.
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 A long time. Was that the what did they call those? The
Digital shorts.
Digital
digital shorts. Digital
yes.
shorts. Yeah. So anyhow, Mike. So I mentioned Pulp Fiction's your favorite Quentin.
Did you not hear us when we were talking for like 10
Megan
minutes?
had like the follow up to
Jesus
it
fucking
'cause
Christ,
she had asked
man.
us
Even like turning away, like, how dare you?
Well,
I said good day.
He chooses to sit on that seat, and I can't talk to
No,
you.
I
and
was
talk to him
sitting on that
with
side,
the
but then I
microphone
want to sit
pointing this
closer
way.
to the window so that way there's a breeze.
Or you can do like a Tarantino style and like look at a reflection and talk to his reflection.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
There you
Okay.
go.
Well, no, if the camera's here, it's doing that weird with that
The focus,
dual-sided lens
Yeah, I fucking
thing
hate
where
that.
you
Oh,
have
yeah,
him
yeah.
here
I
and
hate that
it's
shot.
blurry in the middle. Yeah, it
Fucking
is
hate
terrible.
I don't like it at all.
I don't like it at all.
Feels weird.
I think there was a that's weird.
That's
It
weird.
was in China. They did it in Chinatown, and then they've done it in a couple of movies. I've
What?
seen.
Where?
When what's his name? What's Jack's name?
JJ?
J Dick or Dick.
JJ. JJ Gittes.
Yeah.
Jake.
Jake Gittes. So he's at like the water. The guy was holding like the press event, and they showed the shot of Jake. It was like a side profile, and then they showed the councilman or whoever that guy was.
Okay.
And they're both in focus. And I was like, oh, I remember I made a note about it. I was like, fucking hate this
Oh,
shot.
that's the husband or whatever.
yeah,
Mulray.
yeah.
Gotcha.
And I hate those. Now I know visually they can look nice, but I just don't like it. Like my eyes want to see a
Blur. or
bokeh and all that shit
Yeah.
for the back if there's light and everything. But anyway, back to Pulp Fiction. So this story, let's try to get this one a little more structured. This part of the episode. So Pulp Fiction takes place.
Now,
How many different
an hour and a half
stories?
in.
There's 3 different stories. 4.
Yeah, it's funny. It says 4, but there's 3, right?
So you got Vincent and shit. what's
Vincent
that? Jules. Then you got the Bruce Willis one.
Yeah.
And then you got the when he takes her out to dinner. Is that a separate one? Is that why?
Right, because that's like hit the.
Well, Vincent and
oh, no,
Jules
yeah,
start
Vincent
and end the
Mia.
movie, so that's one story,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
With the
Yeah.
head and everything, right?
And then you have Vincent and Mia.
Then you have Vincent and Mia. That's the dinner.
Then you got the
Yeah.
boxers.
And then you have Butch and
Sundance.
and Marcellus.
Butch Cassidy and Sundance.
Which, yeah.
So what's the 4th? Would it be the diner 2 people?
Oh yeah, that's.
I mean, that's
right,
probably
the
what they mean, and
robbers,
that's
yeah.
not, but that's not.
It's not.
But it's-
That's part of the end story with Jules.
Well, really quick, that opening to the movie, Mike and I talked about previously, like that opening where like you ready to do it, honey bunny, and they
Yeah.
like jump on, like that opening alone was sort of mind blowing to see something like that. The way that you start a movie that way with just such aggression immediately, and then you cut away. And you
Yeah.
don't see it again until the very end of the fucking movie.
Because they didn't have that energy when they were just conversing of what to rob,
Right.
with each other, and they were like so like loving and like I love you too. All right, this is robbery,
Yeah.
and then
And then when they start to talk about it at the very end of it, it's like, okay, so we're gonna, like they
Mm-hmm.
never did this, and I was thinking, are they robbers? And what's his name? Not Eli Roth.
Tim Roth.
Tim Roth. I think this is the first time I saw him. Oh no, I you know what? I saw Pulp Fiction before I saw Reservoir Dogs,
Makes sense.
and so when I saw him in Reservoir Dogs, I was like, oh, and then I found out that was first. I was like, oh, no, not a, oh. Yeah, like, but I like Tim Roth a lot.
Yeah.
And he was even good in fucking Hulk, the Incredible Hulk. No, that's the Ang Lee one.
Talking about She-Hulk.
No, the Hulk movie with
Just Hulk.
with Ed Norton. Was it just called Hulk?
That's the Incredible Hulk.
That's the Incredible Hulk.
Then what's the
Ang
one
Lee is Hulk.
with the one with Eric Bana? I thought that was the Incredible Hulk.
That doesn't sound right at all.
What are you talking
it's
about?
the Incredible Hulk with Ed Norton, but his character in that installment is shown as a character in She-Hulk.
So, and here's what it is. So you're right. Ang Lee's one is called Hulk, and then the Incredible Hulk is one Ed Norton.
I know. That's what I said.
I thought you just said it the other. Okay, it doesn't matter. So, I like Eric Bana though. Just to go off and deviate a little bit.
Yeah.
Eric Bana. So fucking Munich alone made me love this man even more. And he's not even in a lot. Other than in Hannah, like oh my god, so fucking good. And now I just want to watch Hannah for the Chemical Brothers and just have them listen to them fucking make music. Anyway, what were you gonna say, Megan? I think you have a lot more notes than we do.
Let's see. Oh yeah, so as far as like the opening, like the title sequence and everything, I don't know why it like triggered me into thinking of the Home Alone sequence, but it's like almost the same
Bum, bum, bum.
style.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Where it's like the
Shit's coming into the frame.
it's just coming like the title is like zooming out slowly while you're seeing like the
pulling out,
the
yeah.
actors' names. I feel like you can like interchange the music on each one and it'll like feel like the same
I see what you're
vibe.
saying.
You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
What else?
I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't look, but it might have been the same person doing the title sequences.
Oh, could be.
Could be. I
'Cause
don't know.
What is it? Home Alone. Yeah, they're around like the same.
Yeah, Home Alone's like
Area.
what, 1991, 92 or something like that?
Sounds about right. Because
Yeah.
Macaulay
And
is like he's a
And then
little
the second
older
one
than
was
us.
like 94 or 95.
Yeah.
Right?
That sounds about
when
right.
he's lost in New York.
Yeah.
Do you like the first Home Alone better or the second one?
I like the second one better.
Yeah, I like New York better.
I just don't. The
pigeon
beginning.
lady?
I can't remember the beginning.
Of which one?
of part 2?
Oh, it's the choir. Where
is
they're
that
all
what it-
singing the school choir, and then all the kids fall down because.
Oh, he pushes somebody, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then the tree falls on the
No,
piano
no,
lady,
no,
and then she dies.
She dies dead.
She does. Yeah. She gets concussed so bad.
Yeah. Well, then it's the same premise though.
The
but
star from the top of the tree just
Yeah.
impales her. Yeah. Now I remember.
it wasn't a star. It was an angel.
Glass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the wings cut her up. Yeah. But then they go. So they confirm that Kevin's on the actual vehicle. And he needs the batteries for his little Walkman thing. What was that fucking called?
Oh.
The talk. Gosh, I had one, and then I got in trouble and grounded. My mom took it away. Then I never saw it again. But and then he goes on the wrong plane.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah. He ends up at
Which I find funny. It's like.
Where did the family go?
Florida.
Florida.
And it was like
Florida.
rainy the whole time. Florida is the fucking worst. DeSantis and DeSantis. And and now Disney's even saying real quick that they're gonna pull out of their $1 billion project. Like, does he not realize how much money Disneyland brings into Florida? Disney World, I'm sorry. Like, you're a fucking idiot.
I think they're even like talking about moving Disney World over to New Orleans.
I mean, you gotta look out for those,
Oh, really?
for those fucking levies. But still, like, he's just a fucking fool.
Well, he's gonna fuck around and find out.
Yeah, he's very much gonna fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
And it sucks because like people were, from my understanding, Disney canceled a lot of people's things because they were gonna move a lot of people from California over to there, so that way they can do shit. But they canceled it because what's going on? Like,
They did them a favor then.
yeah, really. Yeah, who wants to fucking live in America's
Yeah.
wang?
Can we locate you to the worst state in the country?
Yeah, one of the worst. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
What else?
Do you
is
like
it?
swamps? Do you like them in your ass?
Do you like bayous?
Do you like it where even though you take a shower, you're still taking a shower outside?
Yeah. Do you like taking a shower and still being sticky? Because welcome to Florida, where humidity is an everyday.
I
occurrence.
wanted to go to Daytona Beach this weekend, literally this weekend, because a bunch of my favorite bands are playing Sunday night, but I have a class for training for work starts on Monday, so I couldn't go.
Darn.
So you weren't
But
going to invite
I
me?
could
to
have been
that?
there. Miserable and sweaty. Ooh, I wanted to check the temperature.
In black too, of
And
course.
all in black, 100%.
Oh yeah, and in pants.
yeah,
pants,
yeah,
yeah.
at the beach.
Yeah, he's gonna wear a long
With your
sleeve.
shoes and
He's
socks.
He wants to protect himself from the mosquitoes, so he's gonna wear a long sleeve band black shirt.
Yeah.
And
Because mosquitoes are very frequent at a festival where everyone's moving all the time.
Yeah.
well, that hot, sweaty skin
That's true.
wrapping up each other, like, and you're getting stuck. Because if you stand still for too long, you're gonna be stuck like some fucking like a.
What if I wear like one of those like dry fit like undershirts?
There you go. Okay, that could help.
Maybe.
You also put like Vaseline
But
on
there's, like,
yourself so that way you're
polyester.
like gliding against people.
Greasing myself up.
Yeah, you're gonna be like a baked ham. Just there's no friction. You're just gonna slide through everybody,
Hey guys, Mike's on his way.
and that's your legs.
That's my
your
legs.
legs
Yeah.
rubbing against your balls. Like,
Ooh. But it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna backfire because of the sand, so it's gonna stick to your legs, and then now there's like now that grit.
yeah,
Like
it's a true
sandpaper.
grit of your fucking nutsack and your thighs. Ugh.
Because he's grinding his balls with
I get
people
it.
around him.
You know, and then he's gonna get stranded somewhere. He's gonna need to start a fire. He's gonna rub his balls. And
It's Kindle.
he's gonna be
Oh,
able
is
to.
it the Ferro rod?
He's gonna bring his balls up like he's gonna
His ferro rod is his
he's,
dick.
He's gonna strike
And
it
the rock
against,
is his balls.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's gonna strike it against.
Strike
It's
them
gonna
together.
spark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna jizz fire.
Oh, ooh. Oh, that's, no,
Fire crotch.
That's
used-
the one of the bands I was gonna see.
He
Just
uses,
Oh.
he uses the jizz as like a what is the stuff you
Oh.
would put on a fire to make it
Like a
Propellant?
wax.
yeah like, he'll get it on there first. Just
well,
light
it's
that.
sticky,
Like a-
so,
like
so
a
it's like
flame
a
retardant.
napalm. Yeah.
You can throw it at somebody and it just burns their skin. But it doesn't hurt you because it's your jizz.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's like
It
Alien.
recognizes the
immune to it.
host.
It's like it's like Alien. The acid doesn't hurt the alien skin.
It just moves like venom, but white.
But it's like a pool of like water, how water moves, but it like goes up your.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
All right, so
Did
yeah,
you- really
Pulp
quick-
Fiction.
Saying Venom really quick, it made me think of there's this comic strip I saw where this woman, it's drawn, of course, I said comic strip. So this woman says like, "Hey, aren't you that villain Venom?" And then the panel goes to Venom. He's like, "Yeah, that's me." And then the next shot is her like laying. Or no, the next shot is him like, "What are you doing?" Because his tongue's all long. And then she's like on her back, like, "Well, now's your chance to be a hero." And her legs are spread open and like fucking
What?
because his tongue is so long.
Yeah, I get it.
And I think on Reddit there's it's on the comic. It got taken down so quickly, but I saw it very quickly, and because I went to look back for it because I wanted to send it to Mike, and then it was the mods already took it
Now's
down.
your chance to be a hero.
Yeah, there's a chance of it. And she wasn't naked. She wasn't naked, but she had her legs spread open and she's like holding it. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
That's funny.
But it's because his tongue is so fucking long. But technically, he's an anti-hero. He's not really a villain. But still, okay, I don't want to get into the semantics of it. So back to Pulp
Carnage
Fiction.
is a villain.
Carnage is straight up a villain. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He straight murders. Typically, Venom only murders like if they're like a bad person. Like he'll kill bad people, but like he ultimately has good intentions. It's just that he, like Eddie Brock, lived for a very long time too. Like the symbiote kept him alive for like I think a couple hundred years, I believe.
Oh shit.
Yeah, until like it just his body it couldn't keep him alive anymore. So when Venom separated from him, he just turned into like fucking dust. Like he just melted away. It was fucking great.
It's kind of romantic.
It is. Like he kept him alive. Like it's just that was their bond. Like we are Venom. Anyway. So this movie, what was your favorite story, Megan? Out of the let's just say 4 stories, which one is your favorite?
That's tough. I feel like I like the one with Vincent and Mia.
Okay. Date night.
I think it's like just that tension he feels of like I have to take my boss's wife out and not die.
Which is weird, right?
Yeah, it's like
I guess mobsters are going to be weird or gangsters are going to be weird.
Yeah,
but
thought,
like that's a weird request.
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Was he not in town? Is that what it was? Or he was going to the boxing
Does
fight?
she have no friends? Like what's going on?
Right, maybe that's how like she's like preserved with him.
Yeah.
Is that like she just doesn't have anything outside of that marriage.
Yeah. Oh, kind of like Michelle Pfeiffer in Scarface. Like she's just this sheltered, cocained up,
Very cocaine up.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt.
body to be paraded around as arm candy when you're out
Right.
and about. But other than that, then you're locked
There's
down.
no use. Yeah, there's no use for a woman besides that, right?
Right.
So
No, they're disposable. So
Oh,
Really?
I'm not disapproving it. Does it sound like I was? No.
they're just a plot device. That's all
Right.
we are.
Yeah.
Our
yeah,
plot
like if you
device.
get killed, then there's a reason for me to, as the protagonist, to now seek.
Well, you are a
vengeance.
puppy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either one does the job.
Yeah.
And Puppy is more impactful.
Yeah.
Oh, very much. Like if my friend Sarah McLachlan has taught me anything, it's that animals
In the
are-
arms of an angel. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, animals is to be taken care of a lot more than a female, because your body you have no rights to your own body and choices. So I think a dog has better rights than
Yeah.
a woman at this point. But
A
still,
dog has better rights than a woman, and a fetus has better rights than a dog.
Yeah. It's frightening.
Yeah.
Makes you think, folks.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Let's
The
give him a
more
second
you
to think
know.
about that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Soak it in, people.
Yeah. Soak it in. So, Mike, what was your favorite out of the 4 stories?
I probably like the end.
When he's talking to the robber?
Yeah. Or just, actually, no, the whole sequence, like shooting him in the face, getting the wolf, trying to figure it all out. That's
Oh, okay,
that's probably
okay.
the most fun.
Yeah.
I shot him in the face, man. What do you mean you shot him in the face? The gun just went off.
It's like,
That's
oh
good.
shit, I'm sorry, man.
But like that shot though, well, first and foremost, I would think that bullet would go straight through the back window.
Yeah.
But it stopped with his head. But like the immediate, so they have that exterior shot of the car, the blood. And then when you cut back in, the amount of blood that's on the walls of the car and stuff like that, I was like, Jesus Christ! It's like it hit the back window and just splattered back forward
Yeah.
too. But like the chunks in
God.
Jules'
Yeah,
hair,
Jules' hair.
yeah, it's just so fucking good. And this is one. I think I brought this up the first time Mike and I recorded this episode. Was this the first time that Quentin started thinking it's okay to say the N-word, you think?
Not just that, he listed every slur in the book.
Well, I was saying
In
to Mike,
that movie.
he said the N-word so comfortably, and like just it's his natural, it's in his vernacular, not vernacular. I'm sorry, it's just in his
Yeah.
vocabulary.
Don't worry, guys, it's in my vernacular.
Yeah, but like
But no, I told you, like he wrote True Romance. It came out years before. So
Right.
it's like you knew what you were getting into.
sure.
Actually,
Yeah.
I'm surprised, at least as I can remember, there isn't any N words in spoken in Reservoir Dogs.
That's
right?
fine. That's fine. But again, the way Quentin said it,
Because
was
Sam
just-
wasn't in it.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that's what it is.
That's true. Actually, I don't remember seeing any black people in Reservoir Dogs.
I think the other cop is Tim Roth's partner.
Oh, you're right. Because he goes to when he's talking to him,
Yeah.
he's sitting in the chair
But it's not
backwards.
Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
He's
That's very
undercover
true.
liaison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. His. I don't know. Yeah, Lee isn't a partner. I don't think it's a partner. Anyway.
He's his partner.
Yeah, he
So-
said it so comfortably. I was like,
Yeah. It's and then again, so now to see movies after that, he's just they're saying it like it's just nothing. I'm like,
He's
God.
like, oh, why not? It's like, you know, why not, Quentin?
Yeah.
Although I do like,
it's just
like
a script.
it's kind of like a thing now, but he's done nothing but use it more times in his movies. But like,
Yeah.
but now it's in a historical context, so it's totally cool.
But now it's
yeah,
like-
yeah, he's all right.
but
He has a point.
Yeah. And on top of that context too, it's like now everyone's like, oh yeah, he definitely had a foot fetish. Like,
Oh,
fetish.
100%.
Yeah.
Like that was, we talked about that too. Like I even saw it was on the Reddit, like cinema something or another, like it's a cinema scene or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a shot of the alcohol, the tequila or whatever was going down Selma's foot into his mouth and how he's just like licking it and shit. And I was like, and it has begun. Now for movies, for him to like love feet and show it. But like, fuck, I got nothing against. I'm not trying to kink shame in the slightest. Like, you can like what you like.
Yeah.
I just think like feet get sweaty, and like when you're wearing socks and stuff, and who knows how many takes they did that. Did you have to wash your foot after every take? And he was just, I think he was like,
Man, stinkier the
yeah, he's
better,
like, give me
bruh.
that fungus and all. Like, give me that
You
fucking.
can't see stink though.
You can't, but you can taste.
Yeah, but you can feel it.
And you can, yeah. Like, okay, so like think, okay, like when I play basketball.
Funk that, that's that gushy stuff. Give it to him.
Just
When
remind
you
me
give
to
it
like
that-
always wear socks around Mike.
Sure. So like, you know, when you work out and you have
Yeah.
that little glaze of your skin from sweat and stuff like that. Imagine that on feet and you're just shoving that in someone's fucking mouth. And people like armpits. Like there's everybody looks everything. That's fine. But even thinking armpits, they get stinky.
turning me on
Yeah,
like your
stinky.
porn book from when you're 14 or
Porn
whatever,
book.
bro.
Yeah,
Hell
that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. All that hentai.
So that's what you call it then too.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but like when you first see Mia, which is her feet, it's like, you know, she's walking on the cold tile.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I feel like it was intentional for foot fetish people to get a hard on when she like curls her toe in. She's
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, I'm ready. And it's like all like wrinkled. I'm like, yep, everyone just came from
Well, in
that
Kill
shop.
Bill, when she's in the car, like wiggle your big toe, and you see her feet,
Wiggle your
just like
big toe.
it was a single shot of,
It's
or
all like nail polished and everything.
I don't think hers was nail polish because she
Was
was
it?
no, because she was in the hospital for like the last 4 years. But like the way that the camera's slowly pulling into her feet, and or maybe just the foot. And Uma Thurman does not have the nicest of feet, but like, you know, whatever.
I wonder. Wait, they're fine. Whatever.
I think I think
Dish
just
it
don't
out.
like feet. Yeah.
Go.
You wonder what, Mike?
Anything better than LeBron, I'm cool with.
Those jacked up toes. Oh my God! If you look
Can you
up
imagine there's like people out there who like look for athlete's foot type
look
feet?
up his feet though. Like there was a shot where he was on vacation, and it
It's
like
gonna mess up my Google algorithm.
oh that's fine. But like his toes are jacked. So are Kevin Durant's. Like his
Yeah.
toes are jacked.
But so like
You're-
here's
Go ahead. Sorry. No. I was saying just professional athletes. Like I understand.
Yeah.
Your job, your career is you're constantly on your feet. You're pivoting. You're having these hard stops. So of course your toes are gonna get jammed inside your foot. But like jacked feet.
Like full on bunions on each end.
I'm sure. And like every
Hammer
now and then my
toe.
toes,
Overpronated
every
or
now and then
something.
my toe, like my left toe specifically, like I'll get like a little bit of like there'll be a little bit of like not water, but like a little bit because like I'll stop so suddenly that it'll just
blister?
under my toe, and I'll have to cut into the nail to get that liquid out.
hell yeah.
But like you know my toe won't look the best, and then it'll heal, and then it'll be good for. A
Oh,
couple
then is that when you like push your nail and like the bubbles?
you
come
see the
out?
bubble move.
Fuck
You
yeah.
see the so like again, so the nail's already dead now because now that it's on, it's like it's separated from the root of the foot.
So you district 9 it.
the rat.
Yeah, I District 9 it, for sure. I fucking love that movie too. That movie's so good. Neil, I really wish he made a Halo movie. Fuck, he would have been such a good movie.
That would have been good.
Neil,
That was such a disappointment for that franchise. Just like totally revealing
his face.
Master Chief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that he's had sex like in the show. Like was that on
Oh,
Paramount?
I didn't go that far. I just heard that they
Was the
reveal his
alien?
face.
No. The Arbiter.
But
No,
it's
no.
like, no, the whole point of Master Chief is you don't see his face, but they're like, no, he needs a face. And it's like,
You do see his face really, not his whole face, but like his eyes. I forgot which one it was. I think it was 3. Like at the end of it, like he takes off his helmet and you see his eyes for a second, and you've seen the back.
Oh,
of
when
his
he's saying bye to Baby Yoda.
yeah, and when he's when he's him and the Arbiter are like. The Arbiter's like, we gotta go, and
In
he's-
the Arbiter and Luke standing right there. Fuck yeah.
yeah, Luke was playing with the Arbiter. He's like, your head is so bulbous. It's like,
Bulbasaur. And then Bulbasaur comes in.
yeah. Then Bulbasaur like, Bulbasaur.
Ooh, what would you rather have, a lightsaber or the
sword?
light sword thing?
Oh, Darksaber?
No. He's talking about this.
the Halo sword or a lightsaber?
I'd rather have a lightsaber for
Oh.
sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Lightsaber
I don't
can
know
like
the
bounce
game
back
enough
ways.
to know like the significance of the.
Well, you don't have Xbox.
Halo.
You have like PlayStation shit, right?
Yeah, I do, buddy.
Switch. Yeah, it's okay. You're just
Speaking a
inferior.
whole different language, man.
I know it's okay.
No. So I had a question. If the foot thing is so like well publicized and everyone knows about it. I wonder if he just leans into it like super heavy just to like troll us a bit. Like that's what's happening, right?
It's possible.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Possible.
you're fucking staring at Uma Thurman's foot for like 3 minutes, and then it flashes back to whatever, and then you're back at her foot again just to see her toe wiggle. Like, come on, like he's laying it on thick. Like,
Wiggle,
Yeah.
wiggle, wiggle.
you know what I'm saying? Either that or we're all cool with kinks, which I'm
Yeah.
fine with. But I'm just saying, like, it's pretty. I mean, he is one of the most famous directors in the world. So, but it's so interesting. Like all his like idiosyncrasies are like just all out there for everyone to see.
Yeah. And it's almost like part of the cult that's in his films that everyone, like, you know, for whoever watches his films, like, they know that he just had like a fascination for just dropping the N-word like so many times in all of his films. But also in addition that he has like this foot fetish, but it's like, that's pretty much like the extent of it. And then Tarantino's just like, sure. Yeah. No, I mean, what are you going to do about it? Sue me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to
Like every little thing, now he's just laying into them like extra thick.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I could see that. I could see him doing something like that because he's kind of a douche anyway. But like, I can see that. I mean, I would. I mean, if people are saying shit like as a joke, I'll fucking I'd lean in and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is what you guys do. Well, I'll show you. I'll show
I'll
you
double
some feet.
down.
Or do the
Yeah.
opposite and like start doing hands. Or
Yeah.
start doing like
Armpits.
elbows. Yeah, armpits.
Yeah, that would be really tricky to like. How would you include an armpit shot
There'd
that
be
has significance?
A lot
to
of
the,
working out, or no, maybe like you're hanging upside down, but you're
Yeah.
no shirt, so your
It's
arms
all
are
just the
open.
beginning of Terminator 2 and just Sarah Connor.
Because I get it with feet. Because feet, you can like over
On
explain
your
like
bed frame. You're just fucking, you're not doing chin ups though. You're doing the pull ups. That way your arms are wide. So that way you
you're
can.
doing
have
tricep dips.
Yeah.
it. Yeah, too.
No, but I
Or
think
like all the girls are like laying with like their arm above,
Oh, yeah.
like the Vespertine.
Or you're in a
would be our
pool. You're in a
album
pool
cover.
swimming, so your arms just constantly
But
up
the thing
and
is,
about.
like you're focusing more on like the actual like hands and arms that are doing the big movements, whereas
Not
the
me.
armpit. Okay, well we're not talking about you. Whereas the armpit is like just a singular joint that's not really moving around. Same thing with feet is like moving around.
Where's the tomate?
That was for Brandon.
And then same thing with feet is like he can make up the excuse like, well, no, feet is like the way I'm transferring this one character to a different part of the scene. It's like,
Yeah.
Sure.
Right, Quentin.
right.
Yeah. Well,
Sure.
I mean, sure. If everybody has their own kink or their own vice for certain things, like, it is what it is. As long as it's just not like fucking illegal, I guess. But whatever. Like, if he likes feet, he likes feet. I mean, I like butts, but like, I'm not gonna make a movie or a short film where there's like certain.
Someone just like scooting their butt.
There's something like even some Marvel movies where I'm like, this angle is ridiculous. Like there's sometimes where they're coming from behind
America's
Scarlett
butt.
Johansson. Yeah, well, there's that one too. Yeah, that's right. Or hell yeah, that is. What does he say? Like whatever it is. Yeah, with Chris Evans.
That's
It's just,
America's ass.
that is America's ass.
Yeah.
But like there's been a few
Valid.
shots in Marvel where they're like coming from behind Scarlett or even behind Elizabeth Olsen. It's just butt. I'm like, geez, Louise, guys, what's going on here? Like Russos, let's chill out a little bit.
Jeez Louise, guys.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Come on.
You know, it's funny. That brings another question because I don't see,
Yes.
maybe it's just in my head, like I don't see the foot fetishization as quite as objectifying as like other parts that other movies do. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So like if
yeah.
you see a movie where like it's just constant like girls' butts and like thongs and stuff like that.
What,
like,
tell me about this movie. Where said that?
Yeah. I'll send you the link. You know what?
I
You know
were
what I'm
talking
saying?
about a third movie.
Yeah.
And you would think like, oh, that's
Yeah.
it's just objectifying, right?
Right.
But like when Quentin does it with like the feet, I don't quite see it in the same way. Do you agree or disagree?
Well,
Because it is still just.
Are you asking this to
objectifying-
Megan because she's a woman, or are you saying are you asking that
And
to
I have
both of
feet?
Well,
us?
because I know because she's smart and you're not. So
Okay.
Oh.
That's valid.
Thanks.
That's valid.
Oh,
Well, she can
um,
play an instrument. I can't play an instrument.
That's
Like,
true.
I can play instruments.
Ooh, okay. So
Oh,
besides
wait, what's
piano, what
piano?
else? do you-
Piano,
Yeah.
guitar.
Okay.
Ah, that's
And
right.
that's it.
huh?
Okay.
Wait, are you better at guitar
Can
than
you
me too?
sing?
'Cause I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
I can sing. Can I sing well? That's up to you guys.
Probably not that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a no then.
Anyone can sing.
Yeah. That's
Can they
true.
sing well? Wait, let me harmonize. That's true.
Yeah, that's- I could do a lot of Bee Gees still too. Like. Anyway, sorry.
But okay, so you're at So I would say
Right, because it's the same.
the
Imagine if Megan
objectification
she
isn't.
fucking shreds at the guitar. Like she's just.
Oh my
fucking-
god, I would.
I shred that E
I would be
string
happy,
so bad.
but I would be
I don't know
super
what that
jealous and angry.
He's
No,
jealous.
no,
He's jealous
it's-
of your piano playing.
Yeah,
Like he's very jealous. And he's played and I've heard it. I'm like, this is great.
You're jealous because I can play maybe like I don't even know like a riff or whatever, but I'm jealous of you because you can actually compose music and read it. Whereas for me, I can kind of read it, but I have to like reteach myself.
No,
like,
I think you read it better than I do, but that's just me.
I don't even know what reading music
You
looks
can't
like.
read?
I see the lines and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and then I want to vomit.
Unless it's talking
because
about supple breast, he doesn't really read.
you had me at
there's
supple.
Girthy.
the supple breasts are like the rests on music
Yeah,
sheets.
breast.
I don't even know what
breasts.
that. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what any of that means. But
You crescendo the dick, and then you staccato.
You crescendo
Yeah.
that pussy.
You
is
crescendo that pussy, bro.
a terrible movie.
Yeah.
Why do we invite
And
you?
after you're done, it descendos.
Yeah.
it descendos back into his pants.
Before
but-
like staccatos all over the place. Yeah.
Skeet,
I messed it up
staccato.
a little
You
bit.
guys
It
are
was
saying
a
all these
little
things,
rough.
and I'm glad you guys are riffing, but it's making me jealous. So stop.
You're like, stop, guys, I'm being left out.
I am 100% being left out. Why aren't I part of this joke?
Just choke.
What about choking? I'm sorry.
Oh, what? Oh, yes. But to answer your question, I feel like it's not as sexualized as it is like thinking immediately of Michael Bay and Megan Fox and
Yeah.
like just like panning or like tilting down from like her breast to her like skirt and whatever. It's like, okay. Didn't see it
Like
all.
it's fine. But,
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, maybe it's not fine. I
It's
don't
not.
know.
Yeah, it's not fun because she's been sexualized
fine
like
to
her
me.
whole life.
Just me.
Yeah.
It's all that matters.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Have you guys watched that Brooke Shields documentary?
No.
When she had fucking not PTSD. I'm sorry. When she had postpartum and stuff with her kid.
No, when she's like fucking like 14.
Oh,
and
in
they're
the Blue
Yeah.
Lagoon.
like being
what
all
was
naked
she?
and young and gross.
Yeah.
It's on Hulu.
Cringe.
Anyway, I was just one.
But I'm also thinking too of like Marvel, and I don't know if there were other directors that sexualized Scarlet and Black Widow as much as Joss Whedon, because he did the first Avengers. He also did Justice League, and where he did that like skirt butt shot of Wonder Woman.
Gal Gadot.
Yeah, her. Well, I know. Yeah, but I'm talking about where like they're having like that one like group conversation, and then they're like looking at like Ben Affleck's character or Batman, or whatever, and then from like the foreground is like
When she
Gal
walks
Gadot's
in?
ass. Yeah.
When he's working on the Bat Jet or whatever it is.
Yeah, and then like it's like it almost feels like an anime shot of like someone's ass in the
that's
foreground. You
Well,
know
it's
what I
like
mean?
Wait, is it only in that version?
No,
not
no.
in
It's in both. It's in both.
It's in-
Like
oh,
she
okay.
walks into frame and he's working on his Bat Jetarang or
Yeah.
whatever it is, and he's like, "Oh, and I paid top notch for that security." She's like, "Security," but like when
okay,
she
yeah,
walks
yeah.
in, it's just straight asshole, like just
Yeah.
there. I'm
And
not
of course, it's
complaining.
Wonder Woman's skirt, so it's like
Oh
That's
no
a
no no no
tiny-
no 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 no! I'm not. I'm
tiny.
sorry. I'm thinking of the same scene then, because she was
Oh.
wearing like leather pants in that scene. I'm not sure which one you're talking about then.
no, I'm talking about like the first Justice League,
Well,
where I think it was
There's only one.
Wait, do you mean Batman versus Superman then?
no. I'm talking about like where it's
The
Flash,
Josh Whedon's
and
Justice
Cyborg,
League.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Joss
she first
Whedon's.
walks in when
Well,
her
it's not
scene
really,
where she first
it's
is.
not really she's walking in. Like they're already talking amongst each other, like in a circle.
Oh, is that when the cube, one of the mother boxes is there?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. I don't. I see, the only one I think of is the again where he's working on the Batcopter or whatever the fuck that thing is. But
By the way, like I feel like if it is just from Joss Whedon, then it's like yeah, he definitely
his whole career,
advantage of it,
he's essentially objectified women, not only in film, like as in like on screen, but behind the screens
Yeah.
too. Like dude's a skis, and that sucks. Cause like Buffy, I love, but Buffy still holds up. Like I watched it somewhere recently. I'm like, this is still great.
Yeah.
Even the finale of the whole show, they did it right. Like I like it, but he's a fuckface, and it sucks because I liked Firefly. I liked the when he did the Avengers movie. Like I thought it was fine, but then knowing behind the scenes of all that shit, it's like, well, you know, you're fucking dunzo, bud.
Yeah.
And did you see the Zack Snyder's Justice League?
no.
Fuck, dude.
That's like I have to get into like
It's 4
I have
hours.
I'm mentally prepped for that.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
It's good. I liked it. Mike
can say
liked it
that
too.
again.
Mike liked it too.
It got better.
Yeah. It got better.
Like hour 3 and
It got better when it ended.
when you see the credits, like oh thank God.
Yeah. No, you're
I
right.
am noticing the little clips. I guess they're real. I'm assuming they are. But like the little clips that they've released of like the Little Mermaid, the new Little
Yeah.
Mermaid.
Yeah.
Like, oh, so just everything underwater looks janky as fuck. Because like my least favorite parts of that Justice League movie was the Aquaman stuff underwater. Like, this just looks dumb.
Amber Heard.
Well, how are you supposed to do underwater?
I know
Yeah.
it's animated. Like
yeah.
fucking everything looks terrible.
And
everyone looks like cartoon.
It's really
characters.
dark.
And just like the movement of her fin is like,
It's
Well, they're saying like they're saying granted the trailer they showed that it was very dark under the water. I'm like, well, yeah, no fucking shit, you're underwater, but still, they're like, oh, that's what they do with CGI. It's a trick, so that way you can't tell how bad the CGI is. So they make a lot of it dark, and I get that rationale too. But from the trailer that you see,
they're
that's
spending hundreds of millions of dollars on this movie.
right.
Like, what
But
the
that's
fuck?
Yeah.
early versions of what it is. So they're saying like, oh, that's not the finished product. Yeah, like it'll look better. I was like, are you sure? Because
Oh,
thankfully,
they're trying to Sonic it.
yeah. Well, if they revamp,
Right.
if that's what I was about to say too, because I'm so glad they did that with Sonic. Because Sonic 1 and 2 were so fucking good. Like I greatly enjoy those. And oddly enough, I'm going to segue to another animated movie, sort of, is Paddington Bear. Like 1 and
still
2
need
were
to
see
so
those. Right?
fucking good. Yes, they are.
Yes, yes.
So fucking good. And I just like it's weird to think of those movies like that. To as an adult in our mid 30s, not you, Megan, but like Mike and I in our mid 30s.
I'm 31. Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome. You're welcome. So, but to look at that, those are technically like kids' movies, right? But to enjoy them as an adult, like it's nice. Like Lightyear, I enjoyed Lightyear. Like, there's nothing wrong with that movie. Anyway, what were you gonna say, Megan?
One of the things I was going to say is with Paddington Bear 2 and
Wait, Paddington Bear 2 or Paddington Bear TOO?
the second one.
Okay, sorry.
That and Puss in Boots are like the most talked about animated films like in the past 2 years. Even though Paddington Bear 2 came out like a few years before that.
That was like 2019.
But I still hear like adults like talk about how amazing it is. And I at first like I thought they were like being sarcastic about Paddington 2. But then I kept hearing
You just
about
call
it
it
when
P2.
Huh? P2. Yeah. But no, that's that one parking structure movie. So yeah.
That was the P2. Anyway, okay.
I got it.
Okay, thank.
I didn't get it.
And Puss in Boots though,
Yeah.
so fucking good too.
Yeah.
Like really fucking good.
Feels like those have taken the mantle of the Pixar movies, where everyone's like, "Oh, it's for kids, but they're so good. Like adults enjoy them too."
Yeah.
Like, these are
And I think now they're being
Pixar
able
has
to
kind of
like
lost some of that luster.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I feel like Pixar is losing its or they're becoming overly saturated with like pumping out every movie like every other year. So I'm like, okay, so that's another Pixar. Which is sad to say in my mind because I was always like geared up for a Pixar. I'd be like, yeah, but then I think after Toy Story 4, I was like, okay.
And they're making a 5, like, which is nuts.
They just ended at 3, but I get it's
Really should have ended at 3
cash
when they're
grab.
in the fucking that little fire pit or whatever.
Yeah, and then So
Like,
Long Partner, that's a good ending. Leave it at that.
Yeah.
So, and I forgot the other thing I was gonna say.
Mike, did you see Puss in Boots yet?
I have not. No.
Oh, fuck, it is good.
But oh yeah, I was gonna say too. Like,
This streaming anywhere?
I think it's like Paramount Plus.
Nah, I'm busy.
yeah, no, fuck that.
You're busy.
I'm busy. I'm gonna be sick that day.
Yeah.
But I think now there's like more animation movies where they're like kind of steering away from trying to make it as photorealistic as possible, and trying to make it more like animated.
Cinematic.
Have
Yeah.
a style.
Yeah,
Like,
have a
style is
Yeah,
fine.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, the fight scenes in Puss in Boots, like, it made me think of like anime, because like when they would rush, like in the way they would, the camera and the wind and things would blur.
Yeah.
Like the final scene with Puss and
he would do
Death.
that Naruto thing with the arms.
Yeah, he's running back. Yeah. But like that final fight with Death was so good.
Don't blow it for me,
Oh,
bro.
yeah, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying. Well, it doesn't. It's not established as such, but they call him. I think they call him El Diablo or something, but devil. But like, but still, you haven't seen Puss in Boots 2? Fuck, even the ending. Like there's a
like the after credits, yeah.
But anyway, please see it, both of you.
Yeah.
I'll pay for it. Just I'll Venmo you.
Oh,
He's
well,
in it.
you should bet
You
that,
guys got to
yeah.
watch it together. I'm not paying for
For
two.
the record. Oh.
You got or give one
Do
of
like
your
a Netflix watch party.
give one of your logins to each other or something like that. And Hulu.
Meg's gonna like crush her cat to death while she's watching it. Like
You're
this
not
cat-
going anywhere, Totoro. And
Yeah.
Totoro's like,
And there's foaming at the mouth. Shut up! Just deal with it.
Let me love you.
Mommy loves you. Mommy loves you. I love you so much. Oh my god, it's okay.
I'm gonna be so sad because I'm
You
going.
got a cat that color, right? The orangey,
Like a tabby.
Puss in Boots color, right?
Kimchi's my orange cat.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah, cats are fucking great.
Yeah, kitty cats.
Anyway, so Pulp Fiction. Answer because I asked you guys. So mine was actually, oddly enough, the one that people don't like that much, which is the Bruce Willis story. I liked
That's
his.
fine.
Because
I
someone
like-
get fucked in the ass.
It's
Yeah.
pretty shocking.
Very, very. No, yeah, that's what Mike and I talked about. I was like, when I watched that for the first time, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's getting fucking raped. And, like, I had never seen stuff like
no
that before.
preparation, by the way.
No preparation
Straight
H.
fucking.
Oh, yeah. Like, you know, there's,
Raw.
he did not,
You mean
yeah, he
like
did not
lube?
use, yeah,
Like
he did
no
not use
lube?
lube.
Yeah.
He probably didn't even spit on it. He just fucking put that in there.
Yeah.
And it's just rough.
Yeah.
And granted, thankfully, you don't see anything, but obviously, you see enough where it's,
You know what's going on.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
You know
horrible.
the score.
Yep.
And so something I had asked Mike too, when he goes upstairs to Bruce Willis to find like an item to attack with, out of all those items, the hammer, the chainsaw, the bat, and then the samurai sword, would you choose any of those?
It's
if they're-
called a katana.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Would you choose like in Kill Bill? Is that a what is a
Hattori Hanzo.
Hattori Hanzo? Thank you.
Tori Hanzo.
And then she like
Yeah.
flashes the
Yeah.
mark of the dragon. So out of all those, Megan, which one would you use? Would it be the? I mean, obviously the katana is the most deadly, but would
I'd
you?
use the gun
Was there a gun?
downstairs.
Oh yeah, once he katana the one guy, then yeah.
I thought the katana, yeah, that's a cool weapon, but it didn't look like.
I would
If
have just
I were
stabbed.
to try and use it, it wouldn't have that great of effect.
Imagine if it was dull and he swipes and it's like, ow, it's like
yeah.
a butter knife. He's like, what the fuck?
Or
dude?
it's a prop. It's a prop sword. It's like, oh, I thought this was real.
shatters.
Yeah.
It's like
Fractured my
it's
collarbone,
made,
bro.
it's made with sugar water, so it
sugar
snaps.
water.
Oh shit.
No, but I just love too when he's like choosing a weapon. He has this like gaping face, like a little child. Like, oh, what's this? Oh, cool chainsaw. Oh, a bat.
Well, the chainsaw would be noisy too. Like
Yeah,
you gotta
you
start
could-
that thing
Yeah.
and go first. Like no
He
way.
just uses to like whack.
What is that Simpsons? He's Homer's in jail. he's like he wants to get out of jail, and the mole man's in there like, oh, you know, he's like, this will work perfectly, and it's like how to escape from jail, and then he hits mole man with the book. It's so stupid. It's like this will work perfectly. Hits him in the head, and he takes the cart. Whee!
Must kill. Is it Mo?
I think so. Oh God, that's so good. Anyway,
Funny. But what weapon would you use from the selection?
it would have to be the bat or the
Yeah, the
katana,
bat.
just because the length, like you can be further
No,
away
you
from the
need to
person.
be deadly. It has to be the katana.
Well, I know, but like still, you have length to when you're swinging it, so that's going to keep separation. Because if the
Gotta
chainsaw's going to be
keep
too
them
noisy,
separated.
yeah. Oh my God, Justin, please.
Dude.
God, they fucking suck so hard. Oh, and my teenagers are great
Now I want to sing that song at the end. Okay, we'll do that.
because you're pretty fly for a white guy too.
Yeah.
What did he say? No. What was that song where he was angry at the end of it? Was he like he was singing about driving or something like that?
Gotta keep it straight.
Goddamn motherfucker! Like what was that song?
Oh.
While you think about it, Mike.
Yeah. Jesus.
So again, I would use a lengthy weapon to keep my distance from somebody because a hammer.
You, no
Yeah.
attitude when I feel my peace.
Complaints is something God. I feel like I'm God. You stupid. Yeah. So what song was that?
Motherfucker. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't
So that was the end of the song though.
Yeah.
Because with a hammer, you got to get too close. It's like a sword, or I'm sorry,
Right.
it's like a knife. It's too close. So the katana or the bat, so you can have some link to it. So with the bat, of course, swing for the head, and so that way you knock him out. Then you take the shotty and you shoot the guy or whatever.
Shotty.
But the sword, he swipes when I would have just straight stabbed. Now, granted, when you stab, there's you could miss, right?
Yeah.
You miss, you're fucked. But when you swing, you have a little more like there's more body to hit. But then he kind of waits for the guy to turn.
Bad habits.
Yeah.
There you go.
'Cause I got a bad
He waits for the guy to turn when I would have just, once I snuck in there, just straight lunge. And
I'm
just,
pretty sure that was just for the camera.
no, absolutely. Absolutely. For the shot. Like,
Yeah.
yes. But then the other thing, too, is so Mike said that when Vincent shot him, he shot him in like the dick area. When to me, it seemed like he more shot him in the gut. Like, where do
Yeah.
you think he shot him?
Like, probably like that pelvic area.
Okay.
So it's like,
okay.
Yeah.
A little
he just
bit.
got raped. He's gonna shoot him in the dick.
Well, if anything, I don't want to shoot
I
that thing
would.
off. I'd rather torture the dick. Like, I know. Bear with me. Let me finish.
I would like put it on like a panini pan and sear it.
Ooh.
So you're gonna Michael Scott it, and
Salt,
you're
salt, salt and pepper, a little olive oil, or
it's gonna be some
I
some
thought I
le-
had bacon.
put a little bit of lemon pepper on that and fucking and make that shit sizzle. No
And
oil.
then I'll get the wild coyotes from Coyote Hills and be like, all right,
Yes.
digging boys.
Yeah, just tie them up to something, and so that way they can just like chomp on it.
Yeah.
But you keep them alive, and then
what are you going? Medium rare?
Or
Well, okay.
or are you thinking like fuck? What was the joke?
I want to
in
make
Mandy's
sure
that you
all of
wrote?
like the semen is burnt out of his sack.
Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Megan, that's gross. Anyway, what was I saying about periods?
About shedding the lining or something.
Yeah. What is the joke in Mambies? It was medium, large, extra large. And he's like, no. It's, and that was such a good joke.
Oh, I don't remember.
Ah, God.
I don't remember things.
Medium, large, extra large. And it's like, no. Is it endangered? Like, fuck. There was a musical episode too where we broke the 180 rule, which I just realized there was more recently. We broke the 180 rule in that, Megan.
Yeah, you should be
How dare
embarrassed.
we? We should be. Anyway. So I like the
Oh, I was gonna ask, who is in the dominatrix mask?
Oh, the gimp?
Oh, the gimp? Oh,
Yeah.
Who cares?
Is it somebody?
Well, no,
Is he-
it's always like,
He's like, does anyone recognize me?
in real life, that guy's asking that?
No, I'm just like, he's like, no one cares, but I bet like that guy who
Oh,
did that
was
role.
okay. Yeah, I mean,
It's kind of how I feel with like the briefcase. Like they're just devices to
I
further
think I don't know, because like they say like, oh wow, that's amazing, but
because he's in the chess at the
Yeah.
Foot Locker.
Yeah.
Like
In a
crouched
ball.
in a ball. Like oh my god, like
face down, like wake up, and he's like hitting him.
and there's like an inner cage part of it too.
Jeez.
like oh my god,
Some people are into that, you know.
for hours upon hours.
yeah, but like I feel like with that whole BDSM community, there are like limitations to and boundaries to be respected. Whereas
course.
they were just full on torturing that dude, and they're like, yeah, this is what BDSM is.
Yeah.
Get the gimp. He's sleeping. Well, wake him up. Like just
Sleeping
yeah.
in that position.
in like a fetal position, basically. Yeah, it's rough. That's gotta be not good for your
Child's
knees.
pose.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you put in the age in a factor, like those guys were at least in their 30s or so at this time, late 30s, and so if that gimp is around that age too,
Oh, that's
that's not.
creeping-
Yeah, that's
creeping
not.
my neck,
Yeah,
100%.
like thinking of getting. Let's just say he was in there for. Let's just respectable 4 hours. Like that's a long time to be in that tiny position.
up.
Like, am I lower back?
Fresh air.
Alone, even thinking of yeah. And you gotta.
Claustrophobia.
Hopefully, there's a hole in that box so he can breathe. But like,
He wouldn't
So
be
you can
able
stick
to
his
walk.
dick through.
what was that?
So you can stick his dick
A
through.
glory hole?
Yeah.
I guess that can work.
There's one like built in at the ground, so that way his dick's just like underground, so
Yeah.
it just expends. No, but
There's porn for that. Like they lay on a table and their dick just hangs down underneath it. Instead of a glory hole where they stand
Yeah.
up and put it through.
like those Russian ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like it's like
Have to
a
tell Megan. She knows, bro.
like a massage clinic. What were you gonna say, Megan?
Oh yeah, when he's getting out of like the box, it's like he's not gonna be able to walk fine right away.
Oh, absolutely
he's like,
not.
blood's gonna try and catch up to his legs.
Yeah,
so he's
his
gonna like,
legs
well,
are asleep.
I
It's like a newborn giraffe.
He's
All I gotta say, like, if somebody's like,
walking on all fours.
somebody's like willing to like suspend themselves by hooks, like from the ceiling, like,
Yeah.
what's the limit to humans?
Yeah, because I mean, who are we to deprive this guy of a climax?
Yeah.
Like that's what he's into. So it's like,
Do the gimps get to climax?
I mean, I would think they're allowed to, if they're allowed to from time to time. I don't know how
I think we
that.
just need to do our research.
Yeah, Megan, why don't you look that up for us?
Is gimp a slur? I don't know.
I don't know.
Nah, no way.
We said it so many times, so I would deem it as no.
Well, I know if you say like if you
They're
got
not a
gypped,
protected group of ethnicities or sexual orientation.
Yeah.
Like it's just fucking some fucking.
And then
fuck
also-
It
in a
just
leather
sounds
suit.
very
Yeah, it does.
slurry.
well, and also like gimp, it can also use that word as a way like somebody like they hurt their leg, so they're kind of like hobbling, like they're a gimp, like so it could be used for that way too.
That seems more slurry.
There's a
What? Okay, is
old
this okay?
gimpy
Let me ask you,
Brandon.
is this? Oh, rickety gimp Brandon over there. Is this
Gimpity.
bad? Okay, so when there's sometimes when I play
Oh, there
basketball,
comes old crooked foot.
I play basketball and I don't know who the person's. I don't know their name. It's like their first time playing with us, so I'll use kind of what they're wearing or something like that. I was like, oh, you guard yellow, like it's a yellow shirt.
Hey, lard ass, breathe.
Yeah, but there's a time when I was like, oh, you guard glasses, and they're like, oh, Brandon. I'm like, what? And like, well, saying guard glasses. I'm like, he's wearing glasses, and they're like, yeah, that that could be me.
That's being overly
Now,
sensitive. That's dumb.
if I was like, hey, somebody guard windows, or somebody guard like goggles over here, that's a little different.
For
but I'm
us.
saying, hey, guard the guy with the glasses. And they're like, oh, because you're singling him out. I'm like, okay, I don't know his fucking name. You don't know his fucking name. Like,
These fucking nerds that you're playing with.
guard the guy over there with the hair.
I
How
can
does that
imagine
sound?
like you're like guard guy with LASIK, and it's like where who?
Yeah, guard that guy with a slight stigmatism only in his left eye. The guy with the hazel eyes, like, oh, you want to single him out with hazel
I see what his
eyes?
prescription is, and then just knock the glasses off his face.
Yeah, take that, nerd. Oh,
Oh,
like
let me see these. Steps on him.
Or just
Bounce
throw
the
him.
ball off of his face.
Catch,
No,
nerd.
put it in that like little wedge of the hoop and be like, try and reach down, nerd.
Yeah. Let's see you grab it. Now we both can't play. Aw, dang it.
Aw.
Womp, 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 womp. Anyway, okay. Anything else you guys want to say?
Nah,
What
we're
portion?
rambling way too much.
Yeah. We can riff well, Michael.
All right.
All right. Megan, got any other notes?
I put a
That's a
note
no.
Twistix, where the drug dealer is like, "Hey babe, can you get some baggies and some Twistix?" Where I'm like, who brand name drops twisties or twist ties? That was like
Yeah,
very
that's valid.
yeah.
How about that wad of cash that Vincent's just walking around
Yeah,
with?
he's like, anyway.
Like, that's a fat fucking wad. That's
Fat
like as
stacks.
big as my fucking hand.
They're all
like a
dollar
fist.
bills.
I know, right? He had the
It's
first.
like a Cartman.
Yeah.
It's the $1 bill. It's like, hi,
or my cousin Vinny when he's like, "Yeah, I got
Yeah.
the 100," and it's like, "How do I know those aren't ones with 100 on the
Yeah,
outside?" He's like,
You win this round.
and then he just gets punched and he like, and he loses that fight. That's good. But could have easily been ones. Yeah, absolutely.
What else?
He carries the small bills on the inside, so that way he remembers. The outside, like 4 layers, so those are honeys.
I think that's about it.
Okay. What about that poor woman that's shot by? Like she's there to help Bruce Willis. Yeah, and he's like wobbly and he shoots,
Yeah.
and she's on her friend just
So
books it like
yeah.
gone.
I mean, that's smart of her. 'Cause
Absolutely, I would say I'd be that friend
Shot
too.
her right in her
That's
mom
what they all tell
shorts.
you.
Yeah, that's fucking great. But she's on the ground like,
Hey, those mom shorts, you're not chafing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I killed that Mr. Lady. Oh, that's good.
I just like how it's like in the background. Oh, I've been shot. Oh God.
Shut up, bitch. And
Yeah.
like just
Here, let me put you out of your misery.
yeah, die with dignity, all right?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, the dotted square that Mia pantomimes.
It's more of a rectangle, but yeah.
Okay.
Semantics.
Brennan.
Semantics. Steve Buscemi as Buddy Holly.
Oh shit, that's.
I didn't notice that till
Oh
I
my
watched it this
God.
recently.
You guys not know these things.
I didn't see it.
I don't pay
Jesus.
attention to side
Unbelievable.
characters.
But then you noticed the other thing that the fucking the voicemail moving, like the little like
because
the
I've
answering
seen
machine.
it enough to be like, oh hey, I noticed it like scooted a little bit.
Anyway,
What'd you think of Christopher Walken's little gold watch story?
you know, truly that story obviously makes it. It gives reason for him to go back for the watch, so there's a
Yeah.
plot for it. But I could have done without it. It
Yeah.
could have easily. He could have just said, "Hey, that was a watch that my dad had from." I know it gives it more significance, and that's the point of it. But I think he could have easily just at some point, no Christopher Walken scene, and he could have just said like, "I need that watch, babe."
Yeah.
Like my dad wore it.
No, you don't, because you haven't built a connection to it at that point.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand. That's why it's there to build that connection for him. But if you didn't have that in there and he just kind of had that, I think you still have the same movie, but it's just not the same effect.
I think it's also maybe it was Tarantino's way of like having a more comedic significance to the watch being stuck up his dad's ass, his great grandfather's ass, and now Christopher Walken's ass. And he's like, I need that watch. So it's like, for him, it's important. To others, it's important. But it's like, for him to hear that story, it's like, yeah, it was up your great grandfather's ass, it was up your father's ass, and it was in my ass, and now I'm giving it to you. And it's like,
Now I'm part of the family. I'm your new dad.
Yeah.
So, your dad's dead.
call me daddy-o.
Yeah. Hey,
He died of
call me
dysentery. Give me the watch.
Daddy-o. That was my walking impersonation.
Stop.
What was it? Okay. Can you do it, Mike? Let's see you do a walk-in.
Your dog has no tail. That's pretty good, right? Not too bad.
That's valid. That's valid. May, can you do one?
Nice.
That's pretty good.
You in the shirt. Scooch closer. When he's on the
Bucket
Simpsons.
of cream.
Oh, jeez. You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors
Oh,
off.
Jesus Christ.
Anyhow.
I think that's about it. But yeah, no, like that dotted rectangle just felt very out of character around the whole movie, which I don't know if that was just like, that's to throw you off, or if that was like they were trying to go for a type of angle with the movie and then they just kind of gave up with that part.
Right.
I always take it like I had mentioned it before with Brandon. Like it's like their second movie, like their sophomore movie. So like they're
Oh, yeah,
pulling
true.
out all the stops.
Yeah.
It's like every little stylized, every
Like, we should
shot,
do
every
this.
oneer,
Why?
everything. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, just
we can,
because.
Yeah.
Just do it. Okay.
Do you? Does adrenaline straight to the heart? Would that save somebody?
I think that's how they do it.
Is that really how it? Okay. Okay. Sweet.
Yeah, when I first watched that was like, I think that's also why I like that story out of the 4 is that
Yeah,
intense
it's interesting. Yeah.
build up and just seeing like the close up of the tip of the needle dripping with the adrenaline. I'm like, oh my God. And then just, of course, just the full on impaling to the heart. And then even just
The
like
sound is good too.
That's the sound. Yeah. And even just like the aftermath of Mia or Uma Thurman just looking like a wreck. And then just everyone
when
just
they're
like
in the car,
shocked. Just like,
when she's in the car, I was like, she looks like fucking shit.
Yeah.
Obviously, you just got revived, like you're on death's door.
Right.
But still, like you're fucking Dean. Oh fuck, man. Oh fuck. Oh god, baby.
also, I do like rewatching it because I understood more of like the importance of the special fucking bag of cocaine that a drug dealer gave him, because it was like, oh yeah, you're from Amsterdam, and so here's this like special
Heroin.
personal. Oh, was it heroin?
It's heroin,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So
if
it
it was
was like
coke, she
special.
would have been fine.
Yeah.
But she snorted heroin, yeah.
So it was like a specialty type of
Mm-hmm.
thing that he bought. So
Well, just so brazenly just buying heroin in the middle of the day. Even when he crashed into the guy's house.
Yeah.
Like, you think as the neighbor, like, what the fuck is going on over
right.
there? And you hear these
like
people
from
yelling.
Beef.
Well, I didn't see
Yeah.
beef yet. But, like, it's just like, I would think if I'm the neighbor here, you're not bringing that OD bitch here in my house?
Yeah.
And, like, seeing that, like, if I'm looking out my window, like, what is going on with that scumbag?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just like being like cheese man, like,
Yeah.
going on?
And he was eating cereal while smoking a cigarette too. I was like, ugh, that's just gross. But
that's just Inglewood, baby.
ugh, Inglewood's always up to no good.
The Lives of Inglewood.
All right, well, we definitely like both movies, and the next movies we're going to watch for the queue is The Quick and the Dead, which is available on I forgot. I think it's Netflix, and then Raging Bull is on HBO Max. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Excellent. So Q is for The Quick and the Dead, which is starring Sharon Stone, Russell Crowe, Leonardo DiCaprio, Gene Hackman. And that's just off the top of my head. And then there is Raging Bull, which stars Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and who's the female lead in that? His wife? Who's De Niro's wife in that?
Kathy Moriarty.
Okay, sweet. I'm glad that you know that off the top of your head, too. So thank you guys for listening. You can make movie recommendations for the following letters after those, which is S and T. And so you can make those recommendations on spectacular@gmail.com. What's up, Megan?
You gotta do True Lies for tea.
Because we technically already did Terminator 2, but Mike was like, fuck that, we're going to do an OT. So the thing is...
you guys have just been wanting to do it for so long.
True Lies is available on YouTube, and that is one of the movies that we have... YouTube is where we have movies listed too. It is available with ads, so we might just have to. But you can still make those recommendations, and we'll just veto it with True Lies. Mm-hmm. Unless it's like, what's the teen movie? Tremors. I agree, like, Tremors is good. Terminator 2.
Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights, yeah. But anyway, Mike, you know what time it is, buddy. Why don't you go ahead and take us away? Megan, if you want help singing, I don't care.
Well, it's just at the end of the Offspring. Watching Mosey. Well, Mosey.
Wow.
Oh, I fucked this up already. Oh, my God.
Do it again, fucking loser.
Nah, it's too late.
Oh, you stink.
I'll do it one more time.
Watching
like
movies.
the wedding singer.
You suck.
Yeah.
When we watch these things, complaint says something's odd. I feel like I'm God. We're listening to Spectacular, motherfucker.
That was great.